Yeah, I realized that was the sort of thing we should have done already. But
We should have done it, but we're live anyway. I can't hear myself.
Okay, let me adjust that. How about now? Can you hear now?
No, I can't hear myself.
Definitely not there. How about there?
Nope.
Oh, you know what it is?
What is it?
The levels are down. It wasn't the jack. Yeah.
Now I can hear myself.
Woo!
And we're live on Hermitcraft and also on Twitch and YouTube. Probably not a big audience watching from Hermitcraft, I would guess.
That's okay. You know, the thing is, though, sometimes the most important viewers are the ones who know you from real life. It's like, you know, it's like, oh, wow, I went and played violin at this thing in the park, and my mom came, and so did a few of my friends. It's like, well, it's cool that your mom and your friends came.
Yeah.
You know? Like, good.
If someone's observing us from Hermitcraft, it's a little bit like having a box at the stadium. You know, it's kind of a privileged view.
Yeah, the privileged view. Welcome, everybody. We are just getting...
Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or good night.
Just in case I don't see you.
In case I don't see you. That guy got out, and you can too. If you're stuck on an island, that's actually a TV show.
You know, there's a lot of falsehoods in the Truman Show, but I think what's real is the true man at the center of it.
Oh,
see what they did there.
Look what she did.
Yeah, Mima Sweet says, would you say this is a good stream to fall asleep to? I don't know, Mima.
I don't know. Should I fall asleep on this stream?
I'd prefer you not. I could use the company. I got my coffee, though. I can power through. Here's what we'll do. I'll have my coffee, and I'll stream as long as I can. You just nap right there. Then we'll switch. Okay, yeah. Oh, this is just like driving. Except I'm not the one snoring. Although I guess usually when I'm driving, I'm not the one snoring. But, yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah.
That was a full night's rest for me.
Awesome. So apparently the element Tennessean is a halogen. So
okay.
Apparently my No Man's
Have you replaced your bulbs in here with Tennessean?
It's not particularly stable yet.
Not that kind of halogen bulb, okay.
No.
Not there yet.
But one day, I dare to dream. Okay, you know what I didn't check is if Tango is online. No, he's not. Okay, if Tango's online today, one of our goals is going to be to record a quick segment with him.
Ooh, what kind of segment? Can you say?
Yeah. So I've been terraforming kind of a first wave of structure underneath his castle.
Yeah.
And I want to start wave 2 because like wave 1 was kind of just like make sure that we have stretched the canvas over the frame.
Yeah.
But we haven't really started painting yet.
Ah, I see.
And so I kind of wanted to touch base with him and reassess before we start like going into detail.
Right. That's
like,
fair.
Hey, how you feeling about the... Like, I took some artistic liberties with the canvas stretching. This metaphor starts falling apart. But basically, he had built a castle on a plateau, or a mesa, which is Spanish for table.
Right. This is the one you've been snowing all around, right?
Yeah. And so basically, there were certain points, though, where the castle was larger than the mesita. And so I ended up having to kind of extrapolate out a bit of the structure. And I want to make sure he's happy with that and kind of talk about, like, here's what I'm thinking is the logical next steps.
Yeah.
Because
I'm still waiting for my mesita.
Yeah, I feel like you could write a very powerful song about someone who's, like, carrying, like, a large bowl of punch at a party, and there's just nowhere to put it down, like, all the tables. And it's like, I want to go dance, but I'm carrying this large bowl of punch. I don't know.
Yeah, that's life.
I feel like that's an experience many of us have had, and that it would speak to people from all backgrounds, really.
Who hasn't been carrying a large bowl of punch with nowhere to put it?
It's hard, you know, but you know, you do what you can. So like, for example, I actually intentionally used the Silk Touch shovel here to get some of these snow layers. Because one of the things I'm working on, I wanted to show Tango, was, well, first off, let me give you a quick flyby here. So, if you approach this building from the front, Tango did a lot of advanced terraforming on all this. You see there's stone mixed in. There's actually a bunch of like different elevations of the snow as well, different types of ice, texturing.
It's very textured.
A lot of work went into that. Whereas the parts that I did, I was mostly just trying to make sure you couldn't see the gap underneath here. So it's
all right. Yeah, I remember the old gap. The old gap underneath.
The old gap-a-rooney. I did a little bit of work on, like, I made like a cave here. We need some more stone. We need some more other stuff. It's not done.
Huh. I know we have terraforming, but is there a term for wanting to make a place more like Mars?
Yeah. What is it? It's the word for war. Guerra-forming, I think, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you got to remember that Mars is the god of war.
God of war.
So.
That he is.
Not to be confused with the Lord of War, played by Nicolas Cage.
No, nor Kratos.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Hardluck got it too. Nice. Good job, Mr. Hardluck. So, for those of y'all who haven't seen my tweets, which I know can be a lot of you, today is the 117th day of the year.
Woo!
And the 117th element on the periodic table is Tennessee. So I wanted to go ahead and post a link to this Royal Society of Chemistry image. This is an artist's rendition of what Tennessee might look like. And
what it might look like.
Yeah, and it's based...
How certain are they?
You know, a lot of this is open to...
Yeah, we don't know a lot about this element, do we?
Yeah, but it probably isn't shaped like stars on the Tennessee flag.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a very amusing image. 1 star for each of the 3 grand divisions: East Tennessee, West Tennessee, and of course the grandest, Middle Tennessee.
The crown jewel of Tennessee.
Yep. Speaking of the crown jewels, apparently there's going to be a...
Heist?
No, I was going to say there's going to be a coronation.
Oh, yeah, we probably shouldn't talk about the heist.
No, don't talk about heists.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Look at the Pinkertons on us. Okay, so
you need to explain this to me.
So Quinn was asking me before the show started.
I know you used to have a Pinkerton jacket.
Yeah, so I found,
in addition to your
I found a Pinkerton.
In addition to your corduroy jacket, it was one of your favorite jackets.
Yeah, I found a Pinkerton jacket at a thrift store for like $5, and I was like so excited. And I lost it, I think, in one of like the moves between like moving out of a dorm or something.
Yeah.
Might have been
bummer.
left. Yeah.
It's probably sitting in McGill Hall somewhere.
Yeah, I think, well, or in Kassam, or...
Kassam? You never lived in Kassam.
Yeah, but some of the people I dated did.
So yeah, that happens.
It was one of those things, like, I think it got lost during, like, move out in somebody else's dorm. But I remember Dad being really glad about that. He asked, well, and I also wonder if Dad stole it. Because he actually asked me about it years later. He's like, Joe, do you know what happened to that Pinkerton jacket? And I'm like, yeah, I think I lost it in a move. And he's like, good, because you were going to get shot by a coal miner or something. Like, you can't just wear that around. I was like, I know.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah. Ooh, somebody's doing work over here. Okay, well, let's, So anyway, so this guy from this guy who does like a part-time YouTube channel, and I know he's a part-time YouTuber because the way he handled this entire situation does not reflect the emails that YouTube sends partners. Like,
okay.
YouTube sends partners all these incredibly detailed emails, like 3 to 80 times a day.
Yeah, but how many of the partners actually read them?
every single one of us. That's why
Really?
we're able to do this for a living, is because
So, you lose your partnership if you don't follow certain things?
well, no, it's that YouTube tells you exactly how to game the algorithm in any conceivable situation. And that's
yeah,
the
well,
only
they
thing
told you
that
about
matters.
shorts, and that didn't work out very well.
They were lying about shorts.
Okay,
But
they're
anyway.
telling the truth about everything else.
But they have a lot of really highly specific information about what you're supposed to do if the Pinkertons show up at your house. And this guy did not do it.
Wait, YouTube has...
YouTube has guidance for everything. So this guy is supposedly a professional.
And they've always just had random Pinkerton...
Oh, well,
advice?
I mean, among other things.
Among
you know,
other things,
they
okay.
they have advice about how to like ice bucket challenge somebody, and all sorts of.
Okay.
And I mean, like ALS is kind of niche, but you know what?
Yeah?
There's emails about it.
What about ice bucketing a Pinkerton?
Well, that's not in there. So anyway, though.
Dang.
So what happened was this guy who goes by Old School MTG on YouTube. He's got about 5,000 subscribers.
Marjorie Taylor Greene?
Yeah. He's Old School Marjorie Taylor Greene.
All right.
So
I guess I can respect
anyway,
someone for being old school.
Here's one of the other ways you can tell does YouTube as a hobby and not as a job.
Yeah, not as a jobby.
Well, because
like you.
I mean, there's different tiers of YouTuber. I'm what you would consider like a subsistence entertainer.
Subsistence.
Yeah, like
you preside. You
like I
provide subsistence.
No, I create exactly enough entertainment to like not starve to death. Right.
Okay.
I'm not like
You're surviving, not thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not like some YouTuber who's like, oh, I bought 27 cars,
Okay,
and
yeah.
now I've got a beef with Jay Leno.
Yeah, you're not Mr. Beast.
Nola says, do you mean subsistence? That too. Anyway,
I think he means transubstantiation.
yeah. Oh boy. Oh, there was somebody who had a great shirt the other day that said like, as a Catholic, I put the trans in transubstantiation. It was like somebody protesting at the Capitol.
Love it.
But anyway, so I don't think it was like somebody wearing it to be I mean, it was clearly an obnoxious shirt, but like the best kind of obnoxious shirt.
Right.
Okay. So the thing is, there's people who have like a good day job and then do YouTube as a hobby because they can afford like all of the things with buying it from their day job, right?
Right. Yeah.
So-
Webcam, lighting, blah blah.
Yeah.
Microphone.
So like this guy had ordered a box of Magic the Gathering cards directly
Okay.
from Wizards of the Coast for $4,000,
Which seems like
which
a
seems
fine thing to do, I suppose.
that's a
if you have
great-
$4,000.
that is not an option for me. I never have an extra $4,000.
Me
that is-
neither.
Yeah. But like, if you're a absolute top tier YouTuber, yeah, maybe you have an extra $4,000. Or if you have another job, maybe you have an extra $4,000. But I'm not there. But anyway, so
No.
so this guy, Old School MTG, spends $4,000 to buy a box of cards that he's gonna open on his stream, because like unwrapping like huge number or on his channel, because unboxing huge numbers of cards is like, whoa, you might get a rare, right?
Yeah.
And
that seems to me to be like a non-issue, totally normal thing.
totally normal thing. So they sent him a box of $4,000 worth of unreleased cards. They didn't send him what
that
he
was
ordered.
not intentional. They screwed up.
They screwed up and they mailed him a bunch of cards that were not released yet.
Oh shit.
And he didn't know that, and he just basically
How was he supposed to know?
yeah, so he unboxed them and put them up on his channel, and people were like, "What? Where did these come from? What?" And he's like, "I just bought them. They're probably, if you order them, like order this, and I guess this is part of the set or whatever. I don't know."
So what like email do you usually get that this would have stopped from happening?
Well, like I said,
Or is it not until
no.
after?
So that's what I'm saying is YouTube provides guidance for handling all sorts of situations to maximize your views. So then the Pinkertons show up, and he does not get it on camera.
Oh, I see.
So
that's the problem.
That's the problem. So with YouTube, they really want, if the Pinkertons show up at your house,
They want you to film it.
that what you're supposed to immediately start filming, and then have your
maybe even go live.
YouTube Live. They really want, but they want you to be filming so you can also get the extract the best bits for the shorts. And so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like start filming immediately and then yell to your spouse, "Honey, call the local Pinkerton office, the one at 3212 West End, and let them know that 2 of their agents are dead in our foyer. We'll give them an hour to deal with the scene before we call the cops, just as a courtesy." And then you say,
and this is what YouTube advises.
This is what YouTube advises. And then you say, "Would you like to come in?" Pranked! And it works. Yeah.
YouTube loves a good prank.
YouTube loves prank videos. But yeah, this guy did not do that. Apparently, the Pinkertons made his wife cry, which you're only supposed to do if you're filming your wife.
Yeah, you need that. That's gold, baby. You need that on cam.
Yeah. There's an LD shadow lady.
Then you can do like wife crying reveal video.
No,
they love reveals.
Yeah,
if you could reveal anything, like wife reveal, and then you make it 2 videos: wife reveal and wife crying reveal.
Yeah. So my daughter, you better, Corinne, was actually watching an LD shadow lady video of her and her husband watching sad things and then seeing who would cry first. Like the opening to Up, or this thing about this lost dog, and
YouTube loves that.
And like Corinne's like, "Dad, aren't you supposed to be making dinner?" And I'm like, "I am, but this is strangely compelling." And she's like, "I'm just gonna pause the video until you walk away and make dinner." And I'm like, "Thank you." But no, like YouTube will definitely provide guidance on how to get the most views out of your spouse crying video.
Yeah, this guy screwed up. He's a little too old school.
Yeah. Crowned Paladin writes, someone made an apology bingo card for this on Reddit. We're excited to see what Wizards of the Coast says. You know, I actually had a tweet about this too. I really think that Wizards of the Coast's brand has become so toxic that we're actually going to see the Pinkertons apologizing first, saying, like, we didn't know much about this client. 2 of our former employees work there, and so we didn't do the diligence we would normally have with a client. Clearly, their brand is toxic, and the values of their management do not reflect our own.
Yeah.
We will not be working with them in the future.
Can I ask if there were any steps in between this guy unboxing the cards and then Wizards sending out Pinkerton agents? Like, did Wizards send an email to him like, hey, can you take the video? Was there any other steps before straight to escalate to Pinkerton?
They did not attempt to email him. They phoned him without leaving a voicemail.
That doesn't do anything. How do I know who this is? I don't have Wizards of the Coast in my phone.
Yeah, well, apparently it showed up as, like, a blocked number. And he's just like, not
okay,
answering
yeah,
that.
why am I going to answer that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
So if you get a blocked call, it might be phase 1 before the Pinkertons.
Okay.
But yeah. So
what if someone were to like get their Hermitcraft TCG cards early and unbox them on stream? What do y'all have a plan for that? Like they just get theirs shipped a month before everyone else.
So let's say that because there are gonna be some cards that are gonna be sent out early to the hermits, right?
Right.
So like
but they could be shipped to the wrong address.
If they accidentally got shipped to the wrong address.
Yeah.
Like, presumably it would be somewhere, like, in town here. Because, like, usually if something screws up like that, it's, like, it might even be in the same apartment complex, right?
Right. But it'll be sent to a part-time YouTuber.
Who ordered, it's like, oh, these came early. No, I mean, realistically, if my mail went to the wrong apartment, I would go knock on the door and apologize. Like if I
but you don't know that your mail went to the wrong apartment.
Yeah,
because like how
okay, so if I
what do you just look in every apartment's mailbox? You can't know.
Okay, well, I mean, honestly, at that
until
point,
their video comes out.
Honestly, at that point, if their video came out and I was like, oh, because like, I mean, like Nashville isn't so like I know what my neighbors look like, right?
Sure.
Like I'd be like, okay, that's that person at that, like I would see the video and go,
I know that person.
yeah. And but the other thing is too though, like one of the problems that Wizards has is that these cards were secret, right? Like
Y'all have some cards like listed in your gallery that are like secret and not revealed yet,
that's
right?
the art isn't done yet.
Oh, but still,
But like the thing is
that's
though,
kind of a secret.
like but for example though, the rules for all the cards, Vintage Beef is all we've been making videos about for all this time, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if
For all of
if
time.
Magic the Gathering has unreleased rules that are going to affect the like meta of the game,
Right.
right? Then it's gonna like their problem is they've got this entire tournament scene with a secondary card selling market where it's like, ooh, if this new card comes out, it's gonna make this older card that was previously useless valuable in certain contexts.
I see.
Right.
And have they like?
We don't have any of that. We have So step
Well,
one
wait.
is don't call
Wizards
the Pinkertons.
has Wizards now that old school MTG like unboxed that stuff. Have they become transparent about yes, like this is the new plans and the new rules, or have they just like been quiet about all that?
They put in a DMCA takedown to YouTube, and they've been like they've made a few quiet statements to the press saying like some material was unintentionally sent out and has been recovered.
Oh my gosh.
But like
I think the best way to handle a leak is to be like, yes, that's real.
here's
Here's all the info. Yeah, like it's already out. People
Yeah.
will find it, so you might as well direct them to your channels so that you get the revenue.
Well, so here's the thing though is I don't know what they promised other people. Let's say that they promised some magazine an exclusive to debut the new cards or something like that,
Yeah,
right?
Joe, I'm not other people.
Yeah. But what I'm saying
That's a Sorkinism.
really is that the word for that? A
Yeah.
Sorkinism?
Yeah.
Hold on. There, what are other suffixes that we could use for something like that rather than an ism? I'm morning geek of many topics. Glad you could join us.
I mean, that's the commonly used term that I've seen for many years.
I know. I'm just like I feel like
You don't like isms.
I mean, I feel like there's a funnier way to say it.
Probably. You could probably just call it a sork.
Yeah, like the walk and talk doesn't need to be a Sorkinism. It can just be a sork.
It's a sork.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
it's like the snorks.
Exactly. I love the snorks. And sork saves a few syllables as well.
Yeah.
I don't have time to be saying all those syllables. Even one syllable is too much most of the time already.
Yeah. They had a great walk and talk bit in 30 Rock.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I gotta say, one of my favorite meme adaptations I saw this last week
Oh, I think I know the one you're talking
was
about.
with
Don
Don Lemon
Lemon.
and Tucker Carlson.
What a week.
Lemon, it's Wednesday. I would have changed it or enhanced it using Adobe Photoshop software to say Lemon, it's Monday, but, that's just me.
I saw a version of it that does say lemon, it's Monday.
Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, the
There was-
Lemon, it's Wednesday.
There were a lot of people doing the same joke, which often happens.
A sorkafor is like a metaphor. Thank you, Polaris North Star.
Sorkafor.
See, that's what I was looking for. It was something a little bit more.
Yeah, it's
It's something.
it's dapper, I would say.
I don't want fop. I'm a dapper damn man. Oh, I want to do
In constant sorrow.
through his days. Hey,
You know, we should do that on stream
no,
sometime.
I was gonna say
We haven't established any of our goals today.
Oh, dang it! We need to do that first. But then I got to come back to where Oh Brother Art though.
Okay.
This is actually like an actionable thing, but our goals are also actionable. And I know it's not easy for you to get across town this early, so thank you again to Quinn for showing up. today for the stream. We are doing rotational tips,
Woo!
which we are splitting 50-50. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So every degree of, or every dollar that we bring in, the camera will rotate 1 degree. When we hit 180 degrees, we've got a song for you. Quinn, what were you thinking?
We are singing the classic combo of We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions.
What?
I know
Wow.
Joe's been talking about stadiums, so I figured why not do some stadium songs?
I'm excited.
And then what do we have at 360, Joseph?
At 360, I believe we were going to do Sweet Caroline with the Beetlejuice on backing vocals.
Yes. All the bums.
I don't know if this is going to be a. I like to think that we really challenge ourselves at that 360. We did some practice attempts at this, and it was very hard for me to keep a straight face. You would think that I could say bump, 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 but it was more challenging than I expected.
Yes, especially in the Beetlejuice voice.
Especially
Yeah, we
in the
were both cracking up, so we think y'all would enjoy it.
I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a winner. So yeah, that's at 360. Okay, so let me just tape down the mouse button real quick here.
Tape it down.
Okay, so Quinn, I don't know if you were really here much last summer. Oh wait, I didn't actually do this much last summer because Catherine and Lauren were both here. But
I was. What do you mean by here?
Like
Mentally, physically.
No, they were staying in my apartment.
Oh, I was not staying in your
I
apartment.
know,
but
but
I did live in Nashville.
You were living. You had moved to Nashville, but something that I did the summer before that, when it was just me, was I did a lot of movie nights with my Patreon patrons.
Okay.
Some of those were like movie brunches because the European crowd can do like 2 p.m. on a weekend, because that ends up being like
sure,
like,
a cinematic brunch.
Yeah, cinematic brunch. Yeah, like make sure you bring champagne and orange juice type of thing.
Oh.
Mimosas. Okay, but what I was gonna say is I've realized that one of the films that needs to go in the queue for this summer is
Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Because a few people in my Patreon have been like, oh, I've been meaning to watch that forever, but like it's one of those movies that so many people have seen it that like it's hard to get people excited about watching it who are like, oh, I've seen that 100 times, right? Like, there's a bunch of movies like that for me that I'm like, oh yeah, one day I'll see this, but everybody I know is like, oh, I've seen that too many times, I don't want to watch it now, you know?
I could just always watch that movie. I don't know.
Yeah. So,
maybe I'm strange.
So anyway, I think NJ and Sammy had both mentioned that they really wanted to watch it, and I haven't seen it for at least a year. So I am up to watch it again. So yeah, that would be... So the way we do it is normally we get everybody together and we have like a 15-minute, like, hey, who's seen the movie, who hasn't?
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys snacking on? Okay, cool. And then, so we have like a little voice call for like 10-15 minutes. Then we start the movie and we switch it over to text chat.
Yes.
And so people can like share thoughts during the movie.
Okay.
And then we bring it back around and do kind of like a, okay, so what'd you guys think? Not necessarily like as aggressively analytical as a book club at the end, but like,
sure,
you know, we have a conversation about the film.
Exactly.
Was there anything that really jumped out at you? Like,
right, you can talk a little bit about the Odyssey and
you know,
things that may have been parallels or differ somehow.
Yeah, like sometimes if it's a movie that I saw before I started YouTube, I'll say like, oh, this actually impacted part of my decision-making process when I was trying to figure out how to approach my early episodes or something, you know. But yeah. So that's definitely going in the queue. Is that something? So that's something you'd want to maybe come over here for? I mean, I guess you could watch from home too.
True. Yeah.
Because since everybody else is calling in,
we could get some Dapper Dan and slick our hair back.
Yeah. So okay, let's go ahead and lift the tape there.
Lifting the tape.
Okay. Yep. The experience dispenser doesn't work all the time. Oh wow.
Any experience I gain has to be naturally occurring.
Oh, of course.
Organic.
Okay, let's actually put these fireworks down here. You know, I don't know if "Man of Constant Sorrow" is a song that I could sing as the Beetlejuice. I've definitely, I
You could
did.
do the backing vocals on that too.
The place that he was born and raised. Yeah, the place that he was born and raised.
There are probably other songs from that movie that would lend better to the Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, there's a. I don't know if a lot of them have backing tracks. Like I went down in the river to pray. Doesn't it's just like the
I went down in the river to pray.
worrying about that good old way and who should wear the starry crown? Good Lord,
Show me the way. Oh, dear.
oh death, won't you tide me over for another year?
Oh, dear. Won't you tap me over another year?
Crowned Paladin says Beetlejuice attempting staying alive. I don't actually know. Let me pull up the staying alive lyrics.
You can tell by the way I use my voice. I'm a woman's man.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and women warm. I'm kicked around since I was born.
It's all right.
It's okay.
You may look the other way.
We can try to understand.
New York Times effect on me.
Wow, I didn't realize. You know that's a really great shout to the New York Times. Like showing what a cultural phenomena they are. That
They
mentioned.
once were in 1977.
Yeah. I mean, okay. Can you think of any other? Can you think of any other newspaper in so many
The
songs?
New York Times, the
Daily News. Yeah, because I was gonna say Billy Joel definitely mentions the New York Times, but he also shouts out the Daily News. But I don't know if the Daily News is mentioned in
that often.
in other songs, right? What newspaper has been mentioned in the most songs?
Probably the New York Times.
Because I'm trying.
Do you know any Washington Post songs? I don't.
Is there anything in La Vie Boheme? They talk about the Village Voice.
Mm-hmm. To choice.
The Village Voice. To any passing trend.
To being in us for once.
Instead of for them. La Vie Boheme.
That was one of the songs we had on our list.
Yeah, that. Here's to days of inspiration, playing hooky, making something out of nothing. The need to express, to communicate. To going against the grain, going insane, going mad. To loving tension, no pension. To starving for attention. To hating convention, hating pretension. Not to mention, of course, hating derail to mom and dad. To riding your bike midday.
Past the three-piece suits.
To fruit.
To no absolutes.
To absolute.
To choice.
To the Village Voice.
To any passing friend. Okay,
So, for those of you keeping track at home, we've got 2 for the New York Times, 1 for the Daily News, and 1 for the Village Voice so far.
like Dorothy and Toto.
The Beatles just mentions the news in A Day in the Life. Is that a reference to a particular newspaper in the UK? Any of our UK viewers, can you say if the Beatles were referencing a specific newspaper when they said the news, or if that's just them talking about the news?
Yeah, they were just generally. Got up, got out of bed.
Well, I don't know if I know that one. How does it go?
Well, it has many parts to it. I read the news today, oh boy.
Yeah, okay, so that's the
The
same...
English army had just won the war.
Oh, that's in the, that's in that album, Princess Leia's Stolen Death Star Plans.
Sure.
In the concept album. Yeah, they do a parody of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that one. Well, wait. What about, in Don McLean's American Pie? He's not delivering a specific newspaper. Do we know where Don McLean's from? We could probably find out what newspaper it is. Because if he really was a newspaper, what newspaper did Don McLean work for? There's no way. There's like. Okay.
Okay, I am on a website that lets you search for like songs containing a phrase and containing the phrase New York Times.
Okay, hold on. Buddy Holly also sang "Oh Boy."
Oh boy.
Okay, so
Holy.
Don McLean's. It looks like Don McLean really was a paper boy when that happened, and he wrote the song a decade later.
Oh wow.
But I don't know if I can find. I'm trying to find out what newspaper he worked for.
Right.
He was in Westchester County, New York.
Okay.
Each town in Westchester had its own paper. There was a Standard Star, which I delivered.
You delivered?
No, Don McLean.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I feel like I'm going to create a Google Doc for this. We need to keep track of this, or no, a Google spreadsheet would be better. Okay, New spreadsheet. Okay, so, song, newspaper, artist. So
is the list just any songs mentioning a newspaper?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what the most referenced newspaper in songs.
Everclear has a song where they mention the New York Times.
Really? What's it called?
I think it's called the New York Times. It's called the New York Times.
Okay.
Staying Alive, the New York Times.
Okay.
New York State of Mind. Covered by many artists. I didn't know there was a Barbara Streisand cover of
Staying
that.
Alive. What was New York State of Mind? we're kind of getting off track a little bit here, but like. Okay, so Billy Joel in New York State of Mind also references Daily News. In La Vie Boheme.
The Village Voice.
The Village Voice.
Are there any songs that mention the Nashville scene?
I think that we need to mention the Nashville scene.
Okay.
So, have you ever been profiled by the Nashville scene?
Not specifically profiled, but I was mentioned in the Nashville scene.
Really?
Yes, in like 2012, I was doing a marketing internship at a theater company here called Nashville Rep. And before I showed up there, they would do like an occasional TV spot, but they wouldn't actually like film something or make a trailer for their plays and musicals that they put on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I just decided I was going to do that, and so one of the trailers that I made like caught the attention of the Nashville scene, and so
that's cool.
So it was featured.
Ooh. Yeah, I was gonna say I've been some of my jokes made the You're So Nashville list occasionally, but
Leave On by Elton John.
Okay.
When the New York Times said God is dead and war has begun. He was born a pauper to a pawn on a Christmas day when the New York Times said God is dead and the war's begun.
Yeah. So, like...
There's a song called Charlotte Street by Lloyd Cole and the Commotions. Also mentions the New York Times.
Okay. So, they might be ahead, is what I'm hearing. Okay, so I guess...
I think they're the front runner, yeah.
Yeah. So, rather than just continuing to, like, Google the New York Times or whatever, let's... I want to say, like, if we move forward to more modern stuff, like American Idiot, I don't think references any particular newspapers. Public Enemy has a song called The New York Post. Radiohead has the Daily Mail. Interesting.
Daily Mail.
Okay, I'm gonna stop working on the
Yeah,
list
like
because I need to play a video game.
When the Beatles are talking about reading the news today, like what would have been what would be the New York Times equivalent in London?
Ooh, the Jayhawks have a song called "The Baltimore Sun." I'm shocked that they didn't use that in the last season of The Wire.
Baltimore.
Balmer Sun.
Balmer
Sun. Jimmy McNulty and his negligible Irish ancestry. Paperback Writer mentions the Daily Mail.
Paperback Writer, webcam expander.
We're not quite there yet. Yeah.
No. What would we have to be at for that? 720.
Well, so normally I do
the rules
normally I do webcam expander when I hit the Beetlejuice, but
380.
because we're doing it with specific target songs today. Which once again we are 180 away from our first tipping goal. Oh wait, Lofty God says I sent $5 and didn't see anything.
Oh,
so
well there it is.
It just rolled in now. There's a little bit of a delay. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm guessing that's Lofty. I'm not going to read your first name.
Our God is a lofty God.
But if somebody else who's sent 5 doesn't get acknowledged soon,
let us know.
There might be a queue. Yeah, so PayPal sometimes takes a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and rotate the camera 5 degrees angular. Thank you, Lofty God.
Like in all things Star Trek, there might be a queue.
Yeah, no, so there's it is not automatic. I'm manually over here scrolling the mouse wheel.
It's not automatic. It's not hydromatic.
It's not grease lightning. No. It's no, and PayPal takes a second to process, or to a few minutes, especially for international tips. It looks like yours came in U.S. dollars, so yours was probably not an international tip, but it still takes a little while. Windrow Bug says, "Good morning, Joe and Quinn." So does Amber Wood. Thank you.
Good morning.
His son is working for the Daily Mail. It's a steady job, but he wants to be a paperback writer.
Paperback writer.
It was international. It cost $9 Australian. Okay, wow, I didn't know that the exchange rate was like that these days.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's how they get you. But thank you so much, Lofty God. But yeah, that's why it took so long, because PayPal does the currency conversions with some sort of I think it's like an international currency conversion bidding thing.
There's some kind of dark alchemy going on we don't understand.
Where it's just like, okay, so how many US dollars can we get for these Australian dollars? No, I mean that's because
right, and there's there's 2 people who have to talk about it and kind of
no, I mean that's
negotiate
that sort of stuff. Well, it's computers that are negotiating. It's like spot trading, but it does actually take a minute.
Hey Joe, computers are people too.
PayPal backlog. Drew Baca says there's a bunch of rap songs with newspaper references.
Wow.
That makes sense, because writing rap, you actually have to, put a lot of effort into being lyrically sound, and so being somebody who's engaged with the written word as well isn't surprising.
Exactly, well read.
Yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, when Murakami wrote his first novel, he didn't make a copy of it. He just mailed it in. And he's just like, in retrospect, I found out that they don't send them back if it doesn't get published.
Oh, and then your whole novel is lost.
Yeah.
Forever.
No, but basically he's just like, so I just mailed it into this new writers contest and then forgot about it. And then, they called me up and they're like, "Hey, you're a finalist." And he's like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Can you send it back to me now?
So yeah, and he ended up winning that. Yeah,
Well, of course, Murakami.
I know, right?
I like these little T-topped, snow-topped trees, rather.
Yeah. So this is something that I'm gonna pitch to Tango. I want to get an idea of how far. Like he cut
Okay,
down.
so this is your proof of concept.
Yeah, he cut down all the trees inside of this like central peninsula here,
Sure.
right?
You don't want to obstruct the castle view.
But like, there's stuff just across the water here that I think he's gonna want snowed in up to a certain point. But I want to make sure though that he's not just like, actually over here I was gonna build a portal entrance,
or I was thinking to be a tropical paradise on the other side.
I was gonna chop down all those trees.
Right.
Like that's the big thing, is it's like I don't want to waste a bunch of time putting snow on trees and then finding out that apparently somebody wrote an entire article on newspapers mentioned in rap songs. Thank you, Drew Baca,
Thank you, Duobaka.
for finding that.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, a bunch of people on the Patreon changed their names to be like OWO voice names like a year and a half ago. And it's just like, well, I mean, if that's what they want to be called. Lofty God says the portal's going where the little portal is. I would like to believe that, but just because something was the plan 6 months ago when he started on this, like,
sure.
It's better for me to confirm with him, like, hey, before I put a lot of work into terraforming this, you're not gonna rip any of it off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
It's a very Winnie the Pooh.
What?
Yeah, it's good to know. Happy birthday, Cat Wormy.
Felice.
Well, I'm not
you're
gonna
not doing
sing
that?
to a cat.
Okay.
Cats don't like birthday songs, is my
Okay.
understanding. That's
Well,
why.
my cat doesn't like it when I sing at all.
Well, have you seen Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage in it?
Is it any relation to Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory?
No. Okay, this is also one that needs to go on.
Oh wait, I think you've told me about this. It's like a abandoned theme park, and
it's an abandoned Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese, yeah. And you said like this is a movie that people either love or hate.
Yeah, Nicolas Cage went to his agent and said, "Bring me a script where I'm the star of a film, but I don't have any lines.
Cool.
I want a movie where I play a character who doesn't talk. Not like I want a background role like where I don't speak, but like
Sure.
I want to try and play a role where I don't speak.
Yeah.
And that's the lead. Because there's not a lot of movies like that.
Well, and he
had to fund the movie himself, basically. His agent found him the script, and Cage was like, okay, I want to make this movie. I want to be the star. And basically everybody's
Right.
like, this is too weird a movie. We don't know if we want to take that kind of risk. And he's like, well, it's not that expensive of a movie to make.
Yeah.
I'll pay for it out of pocket, basically.
Right.
And so it's definitely
Well, and he also he gravitates towards like interesting acting experiences.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot. He doesn't talk about acting like other actors talk about, like, oh yes, well I trained in the method. No, he's like, I look at kabuki theater and I'm like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So he's like diving into other stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, Pug the Master says, are you fans of Buckethead? Is that the guy who keeps running for Parliament with the bucket on his head?
It's Bouquet.
Oh. Bouquet Head.
No, Buckethead is a guitarist who wears a bucket on their head. I don't know Buckethead's pronouns because Buckethead has a bucket on head.
Okay, well, because the thing is, I know the one in the UK goes by Lord Buckethead.
Oh, okay.
And
there are like
presumably,
regional Bucketheads.
I guess that this is apparently just a thing.
There should have been like regional Daft Punks. Like, oh, okay, this is the American Daft Punk. This is the French Daft Punk.
We've got Daft Punk of Northern Virginia with us tonight.
Yes, exactly. And
It should
you
say,
pay membership dues, and there's like a formal training that everyone has to go through to be Daft Punk.
yeah, yeah, it should sound like the sorts of regions that would be in like a Dunder Mifflin, like, and we've got Frank from Western Connecticut and Eastern New Hampshire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Upper Vermont.
Yeah.
Welcome, Julia from Upper Vermont.
Badger Spinner says, fun fact, Lord Buckethead was Tom Scott for a while. So there you go.
There you go. I didn't know it was a...
Hey. I was going to say, we got a tip rolling in from Geek of Many Topics who says, rotate hills. So thank you for the 5.
Thank you, Geek of Many Topics.
I got to recenter this, actually, I'm realizing.
Thank you for having eccentric and varied interests of many topics.
Well, I think that one of the best concepts in any South Park episode, and they've had a lot of episodes, but one of the best...
Yeah, a lot. Too many.
They've had a lot. Okay, so we're seeing some weird frame drop in here.
Whoa. Frames drop.
There was I saw
getting weird.
they're installing a new utility pole like one building over.
Oh.
So I'm hoping that it looks like we're back. But yeah, so they might be like messing with something. But okay. I was gonna say one of the concepts that personally brought me the most joy from any South Park episode was the episode about Slash. I think he was the bassist or whatever.
From Guns N' Roses?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he's a guitarist.
Or
Flea is a bassist.
Okay.
Well, and maybe like your original reference point for these folks was Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
The characters Flea and Slash.
That might be it.
Who are, well, people call him Magus, but we always called him Magus, but whatever.
Yeah.
Cronies.
Well, I mean, honestly, it's a translated work, so it's really up to,
Oh yeah, it was the localized.
Yeah.
It was the
So
localization.
Pan Pie Pid tipped Singaporean 2673, which comes out to 20 U.S. abacus beads.
20 even, incredible.
Okay, so Slash, the guitarist. So there's this idea that like Slash is playing at the mall.
Yes.
But then they're like, but wait, Slash is playing at the mall downtown, but he's also playing at the mall one town over.
Oh, I see.
And like
it's like Santa Claus.
Exactly. And the kids realize that Slash is just somebody's dad. He's just an idea. And they're like, but no, that doesn't make sense. How does he go on? Who's on tour in Atlanta right now? Somebody's dad, in a Slash costume. But then who's the guitarist in Guns N' Roses? Somebody's dad.
It's always somebody's dad.
Yeah, like Slash is just somebody's dad all over the world. Yeah, so your Daft Punk idea is kind of like...
Have you been Slash before, Joe?
I don't actually have a Slash costume.
You need a top hat.
But yeah. Zenio Maple Art says, Quinn and Joe, what are your favorite songs? I'm really bad at picking favorites.
Me too. There are a lot of people who like constantly are ranking things in their head, and I'm not that quantitative.
No.
I'm just like, okay, here's the song I want to listen to right now. I don't know. I guess She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. That's a fun one.
Oh, you know what's really good is Clementine.
Clementine. Oh My Darling?
Oh my darling.
Oh my darling.
Oh my darling.
Clementine.
Have you seen the there's a really good Tom Lehrer Clementine cover that he does.
Nope, never seen it. I'm not as deep into the
okay.
Lehrer-verse as ye.
So Tom Lehrer actually released all of the rights to his music.
Is he still alive?
Yes, and this is why he did it.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah, well, you got to keep in mind though. So
here's the thing. With the pandemic, I just assume anyone over 80 has passed away, and I have to constantly check if like Joe Biden's still alive.
No, so Tom Lehrer was like the Michael Carney of his day. except that they drafted him to work on the nuclear bomb.
Okay.
So
We don't know about Carney on that in that respect.
No, but like like Carney, he graduated with a PhD at like 18.
Oh, I see.
Or something. And so
he was already like prolific at a very young age.
So the thing is, so basically, he was prodigious at a young age, right?
And prolific.
And so, yeah, he was involved with the Manhattan Project, but he was involved with the Manhattan Project. He was.
Do you know who else was involved in the Manhattan Project, Joe? Somebody's dad.
Slash. Yeah. No. But okay. So the thing is, he was the only private who worked on the Manhattan Project science because he refused. He refused to work on the Manhattan Project, so they drafted him into the army, and then assigned him to work with all the other scientists.
Jeez. It's just they're hanging out with a bunch of Germans.
So, anyway, so Tom Lehrer has, in my opinion, the best cover of Clementine. And he because he's.
I didn't know that about the Manhattan Project. That puts his like song about total nuclear annihilation into a totally different.
That's why he has so many songs about nuclear annihilation, because he considers it, his fault.
Wow.
To some degree.
Wow.
Like, and then after that, after he got out of the army, he went on to become a mathematics professor at Harvard. But, so he has a great cover of Clementine. But once again, he is still alive, and one of the things he did before he, knowing that after he died it would be harder to do this, he released all of his music into the public domain.
Oh, wow.
And so I can actually play a song from 1959 on the show.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's see. Though this is not his version of it, though. Hold on. Let me find it on YouTube. Tom Lehrer, Clementine. Live. Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, here it is. I've got YouTube muted. Hold on.
I should like to expound briefly on a theory I have held.
For some reason, also, YouTube seems to panic when I'm in the middle of when I'm streaming. Like, it shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, I mean, this could be 144p.
Yeah.
I should like to expound briefly on a theory I have held for some time.
Come on.
Come on, YouTube.
I really don't know what it is, but there's something up with my web browser. Okay, never mind. But anyway,
another time.
Yeah, he's got
another place.
A Clementine, a Clement place. He's got a great cover of Clementine where he basically says, the problem with folk music is it was largely written and performed by the people. So what if Clementine had been written by different artists, and he goes through different styles of music and performs each verse of Clementine in a totally different style.
That's
as he
cool.
goes.
It's
cool. Really cool. But yeah, I gotta figure out this YouTube breaking while I'm streaming thing normally isn't too much of a problem, but this is the second time I've needed to have a video pulled up for reference during the stream, and it's completely failed. It's something going on with OBS's encoder fighting with the decoder,
right?
And I don't know,
because it's focused on you streaming to YouTube.
But like in theory, the graphics card should be able to do both. This is like a 3080 Ti.
Oh yeah, for real, for sure.
But there's something going on, I think, in the software side of things with the driver, where it's like it's prioritizing the encode above the decode so heavily that it's refusing to decode at all.
If only you had some kind of decoder ring.
Badger says he kept the mechanical rights just to open the songwriting rights. Really? I thought that was the first wave, but I thought he had a second wave where he actually released all the recording rights too.
Maybe it's for the best that we did not play that song.
Yeah, but I know he definitely released the songs, the actual like sheet music into the public domain first.
Did you put them on archive.org or something?
I think they're just on his own website,
okay.
but he's like, hey, this is public domain.
So
feel
they
free
could
to
be on
redistribute it,
archive.org
yeah.
by this point, yeah.
Yeah. But I know it was definitely the sheet music first, but I think he did a second pass after that with the actual recordings.
Oh, okay. So now we can record a spoken word Tom Lehrer album.
Yeah, we actually could just do an entire Tom Lehrer cover album. Golden Lagscast says, does turning off hardware acceleration in the browser fix the issue? It has temporarily when I've tried that before. The problem is there are certain things that I need the acceleration enabled for.
Yeah.
Like when we use the when I play Pathfinder, we use the what do you call it? The Foundry virtual tabletop completely thrashes the computer if you don't have hardware and acceleration enabled.
Makes sense.
And turning it on and off, you have to open and close Chrome, which breaks having my chat windows and everything where I want them.
That's not ideal.
Very frustrating. So we can't really do that midstream without breaking all the chats.
Nope. That's a midstream crisis.
Yeah, I don't have more than one browser set up on this computer. This is not like, so this is my recording and streaming computer, not my like
Right,
getting
you're not
things
doing
done
everything
computer.
else on there, yeah.
So like my other computer, I'll have 3 browsers open with different browsers running different things, right?
Yeah.
Because like, it's just.
Well, you use a Mac, so I imagine you use Safari once in a while.
I use Safari primarily. But there are certain,
As do I.
There are certain things, certain applications like web apps I only run in Chrome or Firefox.
Right.
And then I can switch between them more easily because I only have one application I run in Firefox. I open Firefox to pull that up, right?
Right.
I don't have to like go, which Firefox window is this application? I can alt tab to it.
Yeah, I guess you could add Firefox to the PC, but that's still kind of adjusts the workflow in a way you would not like.
Yeah, I don't want this computer to have anything extra, anything I don't absolutely need day to day. Like this is the bare bones recording setup.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Keeping it bare bones on the Joe Hills channel.
But yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah, so the other problem with that, I guess I could set up like a second browser just for doing YouTube and Twitch stuff. But then the problem is that I got to be logged in on that one too, and every time I log out, I got to log back into both. It's like
it's a lot of juggling. You're already juggling a lot.
Juggling a lot.
How many other hermits stream to both Twitch and YouTube?
That's a great question. Anybody know?
What do you call that? Simulcast? What's the term for that?
Yeah, simulcasting is the term.
Okay.
Multi-streaming, or multi, is another one.
Okay. But you wouldn't call it omni streaming?
No, because I'm not streaming everywhere.
Okay.
You know,
That's true. We did stream on Tumblr Live once, but that was only once.
Yeah. Oh, we should see if Tumblr Live is on Restream yet.
Oh yeah, good point. Because it's been some time since then.
Yeah.
They've gotten a lot of our checkmark dollars since then, so maybe they've been.
Yeah, maybe they've reinvested those.
I would hope.
Dear sir or madam, will you check my mark? It's rainbow colored with a certain snark.
The Discord event chat seems to think there are no other hermits who multi-stream.
Uh,
They're either Twitch contractees or they stream on YouTube. That's
okay.
it. Look at you, Joe Hills. Being the one and only.
Maybe. I'm not sure that's right. Because I know some of the other hermits have talked about trying it.
Sure, they've talked about it.
But I don't know. I would be surprised if none of them actually move forward with it. I feel like Impulse might have done it at some point.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not a hermit, but I did it early on in my streaming.
Yeah, I feel like... Or B-dubs streams on both separately. Most of them just... Okay, I don't know. Well, let me check this restream.io Tumblr thing.
Tumblr.com.
I gotta edit my destinations. Let's add a destination. Okay, so Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Kick, TikTok, Instagram, Amazon Live. I didn't even know that.
What
existed.
the? Why do they have that when they have Twitch?
Maybe for stuff that's not appropriate for Twitch, like
Or maybe it's like the QVC of Amazon.
Telegram, Dailymotion, Major League Gaming, Steam. I should probably.
You can stream on Steam.
I should probably start actually multicasting to Steam.
Yeah. Lots of people have Steam Decks.
Yeah, hold on. How do I? Yeah, I guess we'll just open this up. Why not?
Why not? How many degrees are we rotated?
We are 30 degrees angular rotated, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are about an hour into the stream, so thank you all for joining us.
That's about 60 minutes.
It's a little bit of a
I think.
gray Thursday here in Tennessee.
Yep.
Okay, so let me figure out, where do I get my stream key? In profile, maybe? Is there a settings option? Maybe it's under preferences?
Within Tumblr or Restream?
Broadcasting, hold on. Stream broadcasting is not supported on this operating system. I just need to pull my key, though.
Where is Joe's key? I don't know where it could be.
Okay, well, that's annoying.
It's lost to the sands of time.
Apparently Amazon Live is like Shop's live streaming, comparable to QVC.
That's what I said.
I thought you were joking.
I was.
But apparently that's it.
I'm really good at guessing.
Apparently. Okay, so let me see if I can figure this out from here. Settings, broadcasting.
Settings, broadcasting.
View broadcast support change.
View broadcasting. Let's figure this out.
View broadcasting support change pages.
Steam broadcasting.
Setting up a broadcast.
These are the people who made Half-Life and another Half-Life, but not a third Half-Life.
This is... They want it. I need an ingest URL and a stream key. And it doesn't seem like that's an option here. It seems like... Okay.
Ingest.
How to get
Digest.
Steam, RTMP.
Reader's Digest. Do they still make
Generate this token
Reader's Digest?
at
I don't know.
steamcommunity.com/broadcast. steamcommunity.com/broadcast/upload. I'm gonna log into Steam here. I have an email authenticator protecting this account. Don't read this number out loud.
Nope, not reading it out loud.
I'm saying that more to myself because
Oh, okay.
I naturally...
You naturally narrate everything on your screen.
Anything I type, access.
Well, I'm glad you weren't filling out the immigration forms live on stream.
Oh well, I can't generate an RTMP token. Access is denied. 15. Okay.
15?
Okay, you know what? This is fine. We don't have to do this. We don't have to do this live.
Steam has denied us the privilege.
Hey, Gritmonger tipping 20. Woo! Thank you, Gritmonger.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Gritmonger.
Time to rotate the camera another 20 degrees then, bringing us up to 50 degrees angular here.
Gritmonger says, y'all being y'all. That's right.
That's us. Being us. Thanks, Gritmonger.
That's us.
That's Canadian. Canadian isn't us.
I wouldn't know anything about it.
I feel like, oh. So apparently, so you know how we've got the, my Patreon server, we sometimes do those, Parade Float build contests.
Oh, yeah. I am acquainted.
You've judged some of these before.
Yes, I've judged them heavily.
So my friend Good Times with Scar
Uh-huh.
has built a, like, Walt Disney World type thing.
Within Hermitcraft. Or elsewhere.
Like, within Hermitcraft. It's called Scarland.
Okay.
So I'm gonna fly over here.
Let's see it.
So, I was thinking, like, it might be funny
Okay.
to go to Scarland and build some parade floats. Maybe not right now, because I don't have anything
Sure.
prepared. But I wanted to brainstorm this.
But also there... would you wait for a holiday to do this?
well,
I mean, it is the 117th day of the year.
it is
so
the
that
117th day of the year. But, like, oh, that's a cute little trolley. But yeah, like having, like,
Okay, this kind of reminds me of like Main Street
yeah, this
USA.
is like Main Street USA. So I
Or
was,
Dollywood looks a lot like this in certain parts.
yeah, so I was thinking something like, we've got the coronation coming up, and so maybe having like a big, like one float with a big scepter, and another
Oh,
float with
okay.
like fish and chips,
Yeah.
and another float with, I don't know. I'm sure there's some British people here who could advise me on what would be,
What would be
suitable.
suitably British?
Yeah. So, yeah, maybe like a pint. But then here's the thing: there's a good chance that obviously, so we set something like that up for the coronation, then we take it down, right?
Sure.
But there's gonna be like a guillotine. It's recommended by Badger Spinner. So then I was thinking.
I can get behind that.
So then I was thinking, you know, so then we could maybe surprise Scar with like something for Canada Day, right? And have like, you know, like the
Is Scar Canadian?
No,
Oh, okay.
but Vintage Beef has been working really hard on this card game, and I think we should celebrate America's favorite Canadian hermits. And so I was thinking, like, you know those white and red paper trays, like, that they serve stadium food in?
Yeah.
Like a parade float of, like, a white and red paper tray with poutine in it, so, like, chips with gravy and cheese on top.
Right,
Curds.
right.
And maybe, like, one of a moose. But, like, I really... But, like,
Some Canadian bacon.
Yeah, but just basically... Oh, I should rewatch the film Canadian Bacon, too. That should go in the queue.
I also want to rewatch that.
It's been so long. But yeah, basically, yeah, just build a bunch of parade floats celebrating America's favorite Canadian hermit, Vintage Beef. And there's technically 2 other hermits on Hermitcraft that are Canadian, but Beef has been working a lot harder than them. So I think he gets the shout.
Well, yeah, and isn't your card game being printed in Canada?
It is, yeah.
So that's another reason to celebrate it.
Yeah. So just, but yeah, I'm just loving the idea of a giant paper tray of poutine coming down Main Street here.
Is there a way to actually get it to move?
No.
To automate movement?
No.
No.
But it would just be
There's
funny.
There's nothing like built into Redstone that lets you automate things like that.
No, because at least not like in a moving way.
Oh, okay. I guess I would have seen like
So-
trains going around
yeah.
and stuff if that were possible.
There's a fancy mod called create mod that gives you the ability to do stuff like that, but it's not core gameplay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I will say getting
Maybe
these
one
getting
day.
the snow on these trees as you approach here is also that was just as a proof of concept. I think this is definitely working.
Yeah, I like the
As a
look of it.
transitional zone.
Yes. Transitional.
Okay. Kindle says now I'm gonna have poutine for breakfast. Poutine's so good.
Why are we always talking
Why
about
are we-
food on?
always
I ate breakfast 2 hours ago, but now I'm starving again already.
If you guys want to pay for our lunch, tips are welcome via PayPal.
Yes, please. We'll go to one of Nashville's many poutine restaurants.
I think it's just Cafe Coco.
Are they the only place? Yeah. I haven't eaten there in like 15 years.
I tried taking Corinne there the other day and they were closed, but like,
Yeah, they used to be open 24 hours.
that was like their whole thing. They were
That was-
Nashville's first 24-hour cafe.
Exactly. You're in college. It's like 3 a.m. You're hungry. You go to Cafe Coco.
Yeah, you get out of a show, or like
Exactly.
hey, we were just at the we just saw a Preds game. Let's go to
Or hey, our party just got shut down by the cops. Let's go to Cafe Coco.
yeah. That's like where you go.
It's where you go.
Chloe the Great and
where you
Powerful
used to
tips
go.
14 for poutine. Woo!
14 for poutine. Thank you, Chloe, for being great and powerful.
We're gonna rotate and powerful here.
Potate.
Potato.
Potates.
Rotate Joe. So I
Stick
will
'em in a
say,
stew.
just to be real clear for anybody just coming in, we're talking about poutine, the French fries with
Yes,
gravy.
not the Russian
and-
dictator.
Yeah, we are not here to talk about how great oligarchs are, because oligarchs suck.
No.
If you see an
oligarch, we do not like.
If you see an oligarch's yacht, you should definitely impound it until they end their unjust invasion of Crimea and Ukraine.
Amen.
So,
Crimea River.
boy. Kindle says, should I get chicken finger poutine or breakfast poutine?
I don't eat chicken, so I would say breakfast poutine, but that's up to you.
That's you, yeah.
That's up to you. Badger says oligarchs don't taste nearly as good. Fair point.
I'm not saying, like, eat the yachts. I'm saying impound
Well,
the yachts.
we do say eat the rich, so I guess
I don't say that. I feel like that's one of those things, like when Twitch tells you to bleed purple, where I'm like,
What the heck?
I kind of understand
Is
this.
that like Twitch pride or something?
Yeah,
What is it?
that's-
Oh, that's disgusting.
I know. It's like I understand that you're proud of being a like artist and a creative entertainer.
I
and
bleed
stuff,
purple for my platform.
but like I feel
it's
like
too close to Purple Heart.
I feel like the sentence "eat the rich." I like. You know, I feel like something like
Okay, we approve of the
impound-
sentiment.
I'm saying
I don't say it very often, but I
impound
approve of the
oligarchs'
sentiment.
yachts to me feels like more actionable.
Sure.
Like if people are like, oh yeah, if you really want to up your Twitch game, you got to bleed purple, and I'm like, maybe try to stream regularly, like
Right. Maybe try to impound an oligarch's yacht.
like I feel like specific steps to take can sometimes be more helpful. And yeah, no, I got in a conversation on Twitter.
Oh,
so-
you should make the poutine float and put a guillotine on top of it.
the poutine guillotine,
Yes.
guillotine. I don't know. There's something there.
Guillotine? No,
no.
too close to creatine.
Yeah. But no, so I saw Aurelian use the phrase bleed purple on Twitter, and we had a conversation about it.
Unironically?
Unironically, and her justification was, well, that was a motto of streamers before the Amazon acquisition. And
Okay.
so it's a callback to a simpler time. And I'm like, I feel like when people who work at Amazon tell us to bleed purple, that sounds a lot like when they tell people in their factories not to unionize, like,
Yeah.
or warehouses. Like, I don't know.
I don't think we can
I feel like
call back to a simpler time because that's time has passed.
Yeah,
Like, now.
That messaging doesn't really work.
Yeah. Does YouTube send you an email to tell you to bleed red?
No. They prefer to send me emails about like, hey, if you're gonna be lighting yourself slicing or juicing fruits, here's how to light it.
How do I properly light the Pinkertons at my front door?
Yeah. Well, what you want to make sure is that your overhead light has a reflective matte panel near the door.
Oh, heck
so
yeah.
that way the light is scattered and diffused across their faces.
And how do I properly light my wife crying?
Make sure that your ring light is around your camera, not next to it.
Thank you.
Yeah, if y'all haven't seen that LD Shadow Lady crying video, Corinne showed me that the other day. It's LD Shadow Lady and her spouse, who's somehow also famous, talking about or they're trying to watch sad things,
Trying to out-sad each other
to see who can cry or who won't cry or whatever. I don't know. Welcome, Glam Pixie. I agree, Amazon is gross.
Amazon is gross.
Badger Spanner writes, somehow, I'm glad somebody appreciated that.
What, the somehow famous?
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't know what that was.
Lauren tips
In reference
5.
to-
Not my fiance Lauren, but a different Lauren tips 5. Thank you very much. That's gonna bring us up to 69, almost 70 degrees angular.
Thank you, non-fiance.
Other Lauren, but then also a Laura.
Laura
Rolled up, tipped 20, so we're gonna
says poutine, yum.
bringing us up to 79, then 89. Woo! So yeah, a lot of people actually know LD Shadow Lady's spouse because he makes Minecraft videos.
Oh, I don't really follow you.
That's okay.
Minecraft.
That's okay. Sandra tips 5. Thank you. That's gonna bring us up to 94 degrees angular.
Thank you, Sandra.
Just a little bit of good-natured ribbing there. People are like, LD Shadow Lady's spouse, he's been on Hermitcraft this season. I know, that's the joke.
It's the joke.
Come back, Momo. Didn't go well. Never mind.
Wait, what were you trying to do?
As
As soon as he
soon as
entered,
he
he
logged
left
back in,
again.
I said, welcome back, and he just leave. Never mind.
Yes, he realized that you were in the
He's
game.
like,
and was like, no.
No. Right. None of that.
No.
No. No.
Oh, what number are we up to rotationally?
We're at 94 degrees.
94 degrees. We're over halfway there to our 180 goal.
And what were we gonna sing if we hit that 180 goal?
We will rock you, and we are the champions.
Ooh.
Ooh.
A little bit of a stadium double feature.
Yeah.
Because I have been tweeting.
Well, and they were
nonstop about
released originally as a single together, so that they're often played together on the radio,
stadiums. Gotcha, that makes sense.
and they're often played together at stadiums as well, but they are not the same song.
Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
So what percentage of completion are you at on your pinball base? How you feeling about that?
I got a lot of it dug out. I'm actually about ready to start working on the pixel art again.
Nice.
I was tempted to try and do that this stream, but I didn't get the laptop video capture set up in time.
Right, because you need multiple views.
Yeah,
angles.
but I also did want to set this up before I talk to Tango. So this is kind of more time sensitive.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not like this is a waste or anything. The other thing is, like, especially now that Mumbo is playing more often again, like his base is right there, and this is right here. So having the transition between his area and decked out is actually going to be more visually important and showing up in, possibly in his video when it comes out, right? So one of the fun things about Hermitcraft is we're all basically continuously building the backdrops for other people's videos, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, that does make sense.
So it's kind of like being a set designer as well. Because, like, I look at, like, okay, so from that person's base, what is blocked by the trees? What can they see? I need to make sure that things that are points of interest show up when people fly overhead from the most likely directions or approaches,
Right.
And I've been told that I'm overthinking this by at least one art student, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. I think I just do different art than they do.
Yeah, I have a master's degree from an art school, and I find this perfectly fine.
Yay.
And it's not just a master's; it's a master's of fine arts.
Ooh.
So I see what you're doing, and I understand it on several levels.
Yay. So we are currently well, wait, hold on. If we're 180 minus 96, we are $84 away by George Orwell from...
It's been 84 years.
We are $84 away from that We Will Rock You Queen double bill.
1984. Hoo.
Oh, yeah, that was that's Bowling for Soup. That's one of those like sometimes I put on music and Corinne is just like, "Are you putting this on to annoy me?" Like,
And that's one of the songs.
yeah, like Bowling for Soup, for some reason she's just like, I think this music is a prank. Like like I don't think you're non-ironically listening to this. I think you're just doing this as a bit. And I'm like, "No, I really like Bowling for Soup."
There's a lot of like pop punk that's intentionally has like a whiny or nasally tone to the vocals, and so I could see why someone might think like, this is a prank, like why are they singing like this?
Yeah.
But I like it.
I like Bowling for Soup. But yeah, how does that song start? 1985.
I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
1985 lyrics. Soup bowling. Debbie just hit the wall. She never had it all.
Debbie just hit the wall. She never had it all. 2 Prozacs a day. Husband's a CPA. What is it? Her dreams went out the door.
When she turned 24. Only been with one man. What happened to her plan?
She was gonna be an actress. She was gonna be a star. She was gonna shake her ass on the hood of Whitesnake's car. Her yellow SUVs become the enemy. This isn't actually how I sing it when Corinne's around. I'm just trying to do the nasal voice since you mentioned it, but I don't think I obviously cannot. But
He cannot do it. He cannot.
oh, hi, Mark.
He cannot do it. He cannot. Oh, hi, Mark.
Badger says, that reminds me, I've never played Corinne Metal yet.
Lisa, you're tearing me apart.
Oh, I gotta
Yeah,
say...
Corinne needs to. She's behind on her metal.
Yeah.
She needs to listen to a lot of metal.
Yeah, are you going to... Did we talk about if you're going to that Death Clock concert? Because, like...
I am not.
Okay. So...
Because you said, like, y'all would buy VIP passes.
Well, it looks like they're
like
not gonna,
I enjoy
it looks like they're not
Metalocalypse.
going to go get the VIP passes.
Okay, but
So,
still.
it does become affordable, but only one of us can babysit Corinne.
Yeah, I can babysit.
Okay.
What day is that?
I don't know. We'll sort that out off.
We'll figure it out off stream.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. True.
But I was gonna say, I felt like that was a great throwback to, or callback to the. It's not a callback, a reference to Tommy Wiseau's acting class stuff when they had the lady from the Bad Actress or whatever in Barry doing a bit from Streetcar.
Oh yeah.
Because in Mark's book, what's that guy's actual name? He goes on at length about like why Tommy specifically kept trying to do scenes from Streetcar and like all this other stuff and like but like it's like there's a lot of that memoir.
Oh, okay. I never actually read the book.
Oh, it's great. I recommend.
I knew they made
a
movie
film out of the book
with
called
James
Disaster
Franco,
Artist.
who's a horrible person.
Yeah. So the book, this is one of those books where I really recommend, if you have the option, checking out the book on tape because it's read by the author who actually does a really good job of telling these stories.
Yeah.
And also his impression he does whenever Tommy talks. It's just
pretty good.
It's great.
Nice.
It adds a lot. And so yeah, I really recommend it. I was gonna say, do we have any car trips coming up? I've got it on my we could listen to it maybe. I've got it on my phone.
Possibly. Would it have to be a car trip where your daughter isn't there, or she has her own music?
I don't think there's anything in the book that's like...
No, I just mean because she's easily annoyed by things she doesn't have an interest in.
Well, I mean, she can, like, read her own book. She listens to books on tape when I drive.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, or she plays her Nintendo or reads while I listen to book on tape while I drive all the time.
Okay. She's amenable to certain things.
Yeah. But yeah, she also tends to tolerate things more if I'm like, which I appreciate. If she's just like, are you listening to this for work somehow, or is this just something you want? No, because like she knows that like there's certain like.
And you're like, yes, I will write off this purchase of an audiobook because I'm going to talk about it on stream.
Well, but like for stuff about acting and performance and stuff, like
sure,
you know, making things you know, yourself. Like there is like the Disaster Artist is not necessarily a how-to guide by any means, but like
how not to.
There's lessons to be learned
for sure
from it.
Badger says that
Corinne
would think
System of a Down is a joke band.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, Serge uses a lot of silly voices.
Glam Pixie says, have you reached the everything you do is embarrassing stage yet? Kind of?
Yes.
It's weird,
Even
though.
the fact that you like the entire form of movies is embarrassing.
Oh, yeah. She's just like, Dad, I just don't want to go see movies.
I don't like movies.
I'm just not a movie girl, Dad. Like, and I'm like, okay.
And
then like, cause
which is like saying I don't like music or I don't like paintings.
There's a joke about that actually in The Office.
Oh, okay.
Where What's the really uptight lady's name?
Angela.
Angela. There's one part where Michael puts her in charge of something for in charge of music for the party,
Okay.
and she's like, "Michael, I take my duties on the party planning committee very seriously, but you also know that I'm one of those people who does not like music. So you've put me in a bind here, Michael."
Right.
But yeah, no, but apparently, I think because it's frustrating because I'd be like, oh, let's have a movie night, and then we can have popcorn and hang out. But I think she just kind of decided that like all the movies I want to watch are terrible, and she's like, oh, I want to get into Stranger Things. I was like, cool, let's watch some Steven Spielberg stuff. Like, let's watch E.T. And she's just like, I just don't have the patience.
Yeah,
for this.
she was so bored during E.T.
Yeah, she's just like, so it's like fine.
Fine, you can read your book. I guess that's reading is good too.
Yeah. I'm not gonna let you like go play video games if you're skipping movie night, but you can sit here with us and and have popcorn and read a book.
Yes.
Like, but especially like when we had a guest, like we brought you all the way across town to come watch ET with us, and it's just like, I don't like this movie, I'm done. Like, come on.
Come on, kid.
Because part of it too is if she's sitting there reading the book, there's a non-zero chance that at some point the movie will capture her attention again.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Whereas if she's just like, okay, I'm gonna go to my room and play Nintendo, it's like, no, you're not. Lakshmi13 says, every time you talk about Corinna movies, it hurts because it's the same with my kid. Yeah, I mean, well, the weird thing is, despite like, I think she's kind of realized that this is not a winning strategy in the long term, though.
That is not sustainable.
Because a lot of her friends went and saw the Mario movie.
And did she feel left out?
She felt left out, and I was like, well, I'm not really that interested in seeing that movie, and you haven't wanted to watch any of the movies I wanted to watch lately.
Right.
So it's just not worth it to me. Let's wait until we find a movie we both want to watch.
Yeah.
Right? And so she kind of realized, like, oh, okay, if I never agree to see anything that my dad wants to watch, then he's less likely to take me to things he doesn't want to see. Okay.
Right.
And so there's actually something coming up at the Bell Court. Let me pull this up. I don't want to say it out loud because I don't want to, for operational security reasons.
Of course.
But there's something coming up at the Bell Court that I'm like, I don't know if you'd like this, but I want to go. Would you consider going? And Quinn, if you're free this day at that time.
Yes, that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll look into it.
So yeah. Well, So I did ask Corinne about going to see that, and she's like, I'll give it a try.
It's really funny and really good.
Yeah, it is, I'm not sure how much the subject matter will directly resonate with her, but I'm optimistic. I'm like, here's the thing, is if she's willing to go see this, even if she doesn't have a good time, I'm more likely to take her to the next Mario movie equivalent.
Sure.
And
also, she'll get something out of it. She'll get like a Sprite out of it or something.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. She'll get a soda and popcorn.
Exactly.
And, but yeah, I just just after like a month and a half of her steadfastly refusing to watch any movie with me, no matter how much I think she would like it. It wasn't like I was like only throwing out like, oh hey Corinne, you want to watch Casablanca, which is a hard sell.
Sure.
For that age group.
For anyone.
But like, I'd be like, oh hey, you want to watch this? No. You want to watch this? No. It's like, okay.
Right.
So it's like fine. And she's like, you want to go see a Mario movie? No. Like I'm.
Okay.
Rex Verdi says, I hear you, Joe. I took my son to see John Wick 3, and he described it as boring and nothing happened. Yeah.
Wow.
I believe it.
Nothing happened in John Wick 3.
Is John Wick 4 the one that just came out?
Yes.
Okay, because I haven't seen that yet.
Nor I.
I'm waiting for it to go to iTunes, because, like...
There's some movies out I haven't seen that I would like to see, like Renfield.
I really want to see Renfield, but, like, I just don't think I'm going to have time to see it in theaters, because of, like... So, this is one of those awkward things, like, I want to go to Renfield with you.
Yeah.
But then... getting somebody to watch Corinne is like, oh, I forgot to get more snow.
Yeah.
We might be able to get Amanda. I don't think Amanda wants to see Renfield, but yeah, that's. And at least there's multiple showings too, so even if she did, she could go see it another time.
True.
So
Or
she could maybe.
She may have already seen it by now.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a... I'd like to see Beau is Afraid, the new Ari Aster film.
I've seen really mixed responses
Same.
to that.
That's what makes me more interested.
And so that's the thing, though, is if somebody's like, this is a movie that 4 out of 5 people hate, but 1 out of 5 people love.
I'm usually that 1 out of 5 people, though.
But and even if I'm not, from an academic standpoint, I'm interested in why.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, something that evokes powerful responses.
Right.
Like, that's cool.
And very often, like, a filmmaker, especially, like, this filmmaker, Ari Aster, like, working within the genre he's working in, you know, there can be kind of like a Brechtian thing where he wants you to feel disgust or, like, you know, he wants you to not enjoy every part of the film, and that's intentional, you know? So there's that layer to it that also intrigues me.
Yeah. Kind of the Maximus Decimus Meridius. Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained? They're making a Gladiator too. Did you see that?
What? No.
Starring Paul Mescal.
Does it take place walking alone in green fields with the sun on your face?
Maybe that's happening simultaneously. Yeah. But that character's not in it, I don't think.
Boy. You are in Elysium, and you are already dead. Yeah, but no, if they made Gladiator 2 Elysium, and it's just basically about, like, you know...
Is there much conflict that occurs in Elysium? I thought it was supposed to be a pretty decent place.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though, is, like, but what if they're being invaded?
Oh, true.
What if hell has broken loose in Elysium? Right?
Okay.
You could have him...
I'm in for that.
You know, and have him team up with, like ancient warriors.
Yes.
Like, you know, like, because I think, obviously, a lot of stories take place after Gladiator. But, you know, this could actually take place thousands of years after Gladiator, because Elysium exists indefinitely.
Forever. It could take place in present day.
So you have...
And it's being invaded by, like, our people with our technology.
Or, like, artificial intelligence. But
yes.
yeah, so you have
It's like a Terminator movie now. It's
Yeah.
like a crossover between Terminator and Gladiator.
Yeah, like, artificial intelligence is invading the afterlife.
Terminator.
And you've got Maximus Decimus Meridius and General George Patton and who else?
Do you think Patton would have made it to Elysium?
Oh, you know who would be good is Hackworth. Get Hackworth in there.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. So you basically have, like, a bunch of famous generals defending the different kind of beachheads of Elysium. Like, they split up paradise. Like, okay, you hold the east, I'll hold the west. You know, you're taking this pass, you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And they're leading different armies. And
I think this would be a really great fanfic if you had time to write fanfic.
this is not fanfic. This is actually what the Gladiator sequel should be. If they're not doing this, they're wrong.
Well, they are wrong. They're not doing
They're
this.
not doing this?
No.
What are they doing? What are they even doing?
It's just like I just imagine it's like another Gladiator person.
Is there a different emperor?
I'm not sure.
Is it like a prequel so they can bring Joaquin Phoenix back, but, like, artificially de-aged?
I think they've only announced 2 actors, Paul Mescal and Barry Keoghan, I believe his name is pronounced. It's Irish. It has a lot of G's and H's. And
I don't think I know either of these guys. What are they in?
Paul Mescal was in a television series called Normal People, and also in a great film called After Sun, which came out last year.
Okay, I haven't seen
And
either of those.
Barry Keoghan has been in a lot of things. He He was in the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, I still have to see that.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I almost didn't see it just because I thought it was about Ed Sheeran. And I was like, he was in Game of Thrones, and I felt like it was a
that's
bit
like
much.
how you won't watch the show Andor because you're like, that's already like a
No,
thing
there's
in
an
Star
entire
Trek.
planet
That's a race
in
of
Star
people
Trek.
in Star Trek. So I'm not watching this whole brilliant show that's the best Star Wars thing ever made just because of
Because of a
Andor.
namespace collision. I can't.
Yeah.
My brain doesn't keep track of namespace collisions well.
Barry Keoghan was also in the Eternals.
Oh, okay. Well, Badger.
His character was the one that like goes off to be in the rainforest, I believe. Do you remember that guy?
Vaguely.
He was in what was that Christopher Nolan World War movie?
Zed?
No. Dunkirk. He was in Dunkirk as well.
Okay, I saw Dunkirk.
So you've seen
I've
that
seen
guy.
stuff he's
You probably
in.
haven't seen Paul Mescal in anything though, but he's really good.
Okay, well the thing is, I find a lot of times it's helpful for me to IMDb these people, and then it'll be like, oh, this guy was like in one shot of The Leftovers as like a gas station attendant. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that scene with the gas station attendant. Like, and then I'm like, oh, I know who that is now.
Right.
Like, that's... Okay. Wait. Okay.
Those celebrity doppelgangers do not look like him at all.
Okay, so let's
Yeah,
see.
Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Uh...
Chernobyl, you watched that, didn't
No,
you?
I didn't.
Oh, wow, you should.
It has that guy I really like in it from Mad Men, too.
Yes.
Who was also
it
in
does.
Fringe. I forget his name, but he's really good. There's probably only one guy who was in both Mad Men and Fringe.
Probably just that guy. I forget his name too, though.
But like, he's
great.
He's like a British actor.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
I think from his picture I remember who he was in Eternals now.
Okay,
at
now
least.
do Paul Mescal.
How do you spell that?
Mescal.
Okay, After Sun. Oops, that's the wrong tab. Normal People, God's Creatures, The Last Daughter. Bump. I don't think I've seen any of this.
He's very much like up and coming.
He hasn't been in, like, TV shows.
He's not like a household name yet.
Okay. Jared Harris, yes! Thank you.
Jared Harris. Oh, Badger says it's Cugin? Barry Keoghan? Barry. Are you caught up on Barry?
Yeah! Oh, it's so
Oh my
good.
gosh, the Rain Man theme.
Yeah, I love...
I forgot how good that song is.
I loved the thing about the three... It's like I've hired 3 assassins, Jerry, Bob, and Frank. Wait, Jerry, Bob, and Frank? The
From the podcast?
from the Weird Tech podcast? Wouldn't people recognize them when they were out assassinating people? It's like, no, the podcast is audio only, so...
Yeah, I love that
They're-
Guillermo del Toro played that part.
Yeah,
There
and,
too.
and the name of his character was El Toro.
Yeah.
El Toro. Oh, yeah, that
The
was...
Bull.
That was great.
He had a cameo on It's Always Sunny, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I like it when directors act.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Like, they had that great German director on Baby Yoda show.
Yeah. I would like to see the baby.
I would like to see the baby.
I would like to see the baby.
Glenn Pixie says apparently he requested to be in Barry. That's pretty cool.
That's high praise right there.
When
That's
you're
a
working on your
compliment.
show, I mean, I think the guys who make Barry know they have something good. Like they're not like, this kind of sucks, but like whatever, people like it.
Oh, yeah.
They know they're making something good, but like still, when your agent or some casting director gets a call from Guillermo del Toro's agent, is like, hey, do you have any roles Guillermo del Toro could fill? He'd love to be in an episode of the show. That's gotta feel great.
Yeah.
That's gotta feel great.
Yeah, that's a vindication.
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Sucking up to the big wigs.
No! But yeah, I'm really happy for them that they're getting. But like it's the best thing Henry Winkler's done in years, and like I mean I loved him in Arrested
It's
Development.
the best thing all of them have done in years.
Yeah. Welcome, Ryan, on sax. We are doing some, we're kind of working on a proof of concept to show Tango for how, like, the approach to the decked out area is going to transition.
How much proof is needed for the concept?
I mean, honestly, this is something easy for me to do while we talk, so I was just going to kind of...
as far as you can get
I was going to say basically until we go to lunch.
If we go to lunch.
Yeah. But yeah,
Where are we at? Are we still at like 96?
we're at 96, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
If folks would like to tip, tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joels and YouTube Super Chat. Somebody says, do you have any roles for Guillermo del Toro? We do now. Oh, yeah. What's the role called? El Toro. Tell him it's El Toro. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
He still wants to do it. What?
Right. And maybe in the script it's Guillermo El Toro.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But I love the from a set design standpoint.
Yes.
I don't know. You'd still consider it a set when it's like maybe it's called a location design standpoint. But
well, and it's still, even if you're on location, the things that you do to the location is still called set decoration.
Okay.
Whether it's and you call it a location set anyway, so you're not wrong.
So the whole thing about them importing the sand or whatever, and they have this huge courtyard that they drive the first truck into, and they start emptying the sand into the courtyard
Celebratorily.
I can imagine over the course of the season just these mounds of sand arriving and departing, and you can see their fortunes waxing and waning visually as the sand pours
the rising
in.
tides.
And it's just like, oh, that's such a brilliant choice of the location.
Yeah.
Because they didn't necessarily have to have their offices be where they were. Like, the sand could be off-site.
For real, yeah, for sure. Joe, you've got money.
What? A tip just rolled in for 5 from Samuel. Thank you, Samuel.
Thank you, Samuel.
Rotating the camera 5 degrees to 99 degrees.
Wait,
Ooh.
96 plus 5 is not 99.
Wait.
It's 101.
It's 101 degrees. You're right. Thank you.
It's 101, and now there's more tips rolling in.
Woo! We got another 5 from Rosa Frida, who says, you and Quinn's favorite B-movie actors.
Bruce
boy.
Campbell.
Yeah, I was going to say Bruce Campbell is hard to beat. But you know what? Let's talk about... That's the thing, too. Is like, I don't want to necessarily rank things. Like, what are some other ones just in general? Whoops, I realize I've gotten into the wrong tree here.
Well,
like, because what do you consider
what
a
do you
B
consider
movie?
a B movie?
Is like,
exactly.
Because like, boy,
like are all independent films these days B movies because they're not made by the studios?
like.
Or
well,
do you mean
does it
of
have
a
to-
specific error, like
does it
this
have-
would have appeared on Mystery Science Theater 3000?
This would have had to be a double feature. Like, because for example, you could argue that maybe.
Well, yeah, because it's like the A side and the B side
Yeah,
of
yeah,
a
yeah.
record. It's a B movie
Yeah,
because
so
it's a programmer.
the drive-in would show one good movie and one cheap movie. You know, so
Right.
for example, Willy's Wonderland, you might consider that a B movie, but
Sure.
it's starring Nicolas Cage, and in my opinion, it's one of the best B movie type films to be made in the last 5 years.
Yeah, or there's that film that came out recently, Cocaine Bear, which was backed by a studio, but
That's
everything about it sounds like a B movie.
yeah. I would argue Maleficent is not a B movie, but it's like making fun of like A movies in a way that's it's like,
I haven't seen Maleficent. I didn't know that it was working on so many levels.
oh no, I'm pronouncing it wrong. It's Malignant.
Oh, okay. I was like, I really thought that all of these Disney live action films were pretty terrible, but this is this is amazing that Joe loves Angelina Jolie and Maleficent, and it's got a lot of layers to it. It's talking about what a movie is.
Yeah. No, Malignant.
No, yeah, I love Malignant.
But like, the thing is with Malignant, he's like, I want the top tier money to make my movie making fun of top tier movies. It's got the tongue in cheek style of a B movie, but the budget of an A movie.
Yeah.
Welcome, Dead Brain.
Welcome.
Some people are saying Jerry Seinfeld is their favorite B movie actor. Because he was literally in a film.
In the film, the bee movie, where a human woman falls in love with the bee.
Yay.
Yay, and it's for kids.
Would The Dish be considered a B movie?
It was like the highest grossing movie in Australia that year.
Yeah, but like, was it like done by like a major?
No.
Yeah, it was just like a breakout hit.
Yeah. So technically, but I feel like when people say B movie, they mean kind of like a genre, and there's certain like components to it. There might be like a certain level of campiness to something.
Yeah. So
or like monster movies, cheap monster movies.
Yeah. Well, there's also
like Attack the Block.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
That's probably a B movie. That's a great movie.
Yeah, Attack the Block is fantastic. And that has the doctor lady in it. Doctor Who. Yeah. Doctor Who's in it.
Doctor Who?
Yeah.
The 13th Doctor, right?
I'm not keeping count anymore.
I don't know.
But yeah, apparently they're making a sequel to Attack the Block. Have you heard about this?
I think I saw something about it like a year ago, but I haven't heard anything since.
So yeah, apparently the guy who played Finn from Star Wars, having starred in the first Attack the Block movie,
right before Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah, like
before Stardom in a way.
Yeah, he, and now that the Doctor Who lady is the Doctor Who lady, and not just some lady, like they apparently
Jodie Whittaker.
Yeah, Jodie Whittaker is a big deal now. And
she was on Broadchurch. I think Broadchurch was after Attack the Block.
No, that was also after Attack the Block. I'm saying when Attack the Block was made, neither of them were the names they are today. I'm not trying to say she was nobody before that, but she's a way bigger deal
I
now.
believe they had the names they have today.
They didn't change their names.
That we know of.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat if they did.
But apparently, they are pushing for an Attack the Block sequel, and they can actually get money for it because they're a big deal.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. I'm not sure what that looks like, but
yeah. Hold on a second. I know like the creative team from Attack the Block are well known as well. Like Joe Cornish wrote and directed it.
Yeah, so they're in a good situation to, go out there and get that money, make something cool.
Yes. Yeah, I think when Attack the Block came out, Nick Frost was probably the biggest name in it. Mm-hmm. And he was just kind of playing a smaller role, but...
Who was he playing in it? Was he one of the cops?
I think he's like a drug dealer.
Oh, that's right. He's the guy. He's the guy with the weird apartment that goes into the other unit. Yeah.
Yeah. Who wouldn't want an apartment like that?
Yeah. I mean, it looked really nice.
Yeah.
That's right. Okay,
exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, he lives in the penthouse of the building.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what else would... I'm trying to think what other films I've enjoyed would be considered a B movie.
Barbarian, perhaps.
Barbarian was really enjoyable.
Yeah.
I
Justin Long was in that, so I guess
Yeah.
he's a B movie actor.
Well, I didn't know he was in that. Like that's the other thing is you told
I
me
didn't know he was in that either.
You told me go into this movie completely blind, and I did, and I thought it was fantastic. I did not know what kind of movie. Like I think I don't even know if I knew it was a horror movie.
I just told you like one of the guys from The Whitest Kids You Know directed a movie, and it's very unexpected in a lot of ways, and don't spoil anything. Just watch it.
And that's what I did. I did not look into anything about it. I just said, "Hey, let's watch this movie."
Oh yeah, did you watch that with Badger?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I think I had the common sense to ask you, like, "Oh, The Whitest Kids You Know, a lot of their stuff isn't for kids. It's not for Corinne, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, it's not for
No.
But that's not like a huge spoiler.
Sure.
You know.
I think even just rating wise, it's rated R. So that tends to be an indicator.
I'm in a pit. Was Fargo a B movie?
That's another one of those like technically. Fargo's a great movie though, yeah.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
And I mean both the film and the TV show has a lot of B movie elements to it. Like genre bending stuff.
When are they making another season of the show?
They are, yeah.
Because the problem they run into is they're on like a 2-year production cycle because they can't get the budget approval to start shooting until all the snow is melted every year.
Right.
And so...
Yeah, they're making another season of that. There's another season of True Detective happening.
I'm curious to see how they do that.
Yeah, I enjoyed...
Are they bringing back Rust and Marty for this one?
I don't believe so.
Did you see the thing about them being brothers?
I did see that there's like a chance that they're brothers.
Yeah.
I hope they get the DNA test.
Well, they said they're not getting the DNA test.
Okay.
But yeah, they found out that, like, apparently...
I guess it's one of those things like, yeah.
They would be half brothers, technically.
Yeah, for sure.
But
one of those things more fun to not know, I suppose. I like to know things, but not everybody does.
I also know that the, what do you call it?
Like, we've never gotten a DNA test, so I can't be sure that you're my brother.
Well, you really don't want to sell, or the problem is that those companies, they can say that they're not going to sell your data, but
hey, we've got a tip.
But if they go bankrupt, that data is an asset that can be auctioned off.
Oh, that's bad. We don't want that.
Yeah, and so, like, I don't blame... If you're famous, you saying, like, you know what? I'd rather not have my, DNA auctioned off when this company goes under.
That's fair.
Hey, we got a tip rolling in for 20 from Shifty Pumpkin, who says, Magnanimous Maleficent Malignance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and rotate that camera. We're up to 126.
Magnanimous Maleficent Magnificence.
126.
I mean, are there like independent contractors who can test your DNA? So
well, but
not like
once again, you don't know if they're selling it.
True.
Like,
yeah. Yeah. There's no way to really test it at home yourself.
Not cheap.
Using household cleaners.
No. Let's see. Anything exciting going on?
Yeah, what's going on in the world?
According to our alma mater, it is the most important day of the year. It is Giving Day.
Giving Day, and why is Jerry Springer is trending as well as Dylan Sprouse?
I don't know who either of those are.
You don't know who Jerry Springer is?
Oh, wait. No, he was in an episode
Jerry.
He was in an episode of Red Letter Media. They had like a thing where they read his book or something.
Yeah, of course. That'd be the only way you know who Jerry Springer is.
Mom didn't let us watch stuff like that. No,
I watched it anyway, though.
I'm vaguely aware.
And there's a Weird Al song.
That's where the credibility of me claiming I don't know who Jerry Springer is actually breaks down. No, I do know who Jerry Springer is. I was kind of doing a bit, but
Badger says Jerry is dead. Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Nice guy, awful show. A lot of those shows are awful and have been like majorly transphobic for a long time.
Yeah.
Daytime spectacle shows. Dylan Sprouse is one of the Sprouse twins from The Sweet Life of Zack and
I
Cody.
actually don't know who those are.
I have no idea why he might be trending.
It looks like it's the same GIF on everything in the trend, but I don't know what the GIF is of, nor do I care to learn. If you don't want to write your information in text form, it's not for me. That's just information for other people. Like,
yeah.
I don't have time to watch a 90-second
They
GIF.
say a picture is worth 1,000 words, but it takes time to translate.
Yeah, give me the words.
Give me the words. Especially if they didn't provide alt text. You know, we could have just read the alt text.
Yeah. Let's see.
WeGo expands.
Yeah, new Bellevue zone expansion. That's good. When we lived out in Bellevue, it was a nightmare. Just the bus coverage. Well, that was also before Lyft or Uber served outside of the central downtown area.
Yes.
So, like, it was, like, super isolating living out in
tough.
Bellevue.
That's tough.
Now they've got their own ice rink and everything. If
they do, yeah.
If like, the schools aren't that bad in Bellevue, but the problem is the, you're as far as possible from every pinball arcade. And that's a pretty baseline requirement for me at this point.
Joe's gotta be close to pinball bars. Or just pinball places in general, like Game Galaxy, not a bar.
Okay. So apparently, this Sprouse person posted something about K-pop on Tumblr, or something.
Okay, so every time I post about K-pop, am I going to be trending? Like, what's the big deal?
Apparently, he said something about where some famous K-pop person was going to be at an event or something that wasn't announced.
Oh, I see.
Like something along the lines of, I'm looking forward to seeing so-and-so at this event.
He pulled an old school MTG and revealed some unreleased information.
Yep, so now the Pinkertons are going to be showing up.
Pinkertons knocking at my door. Gotta film them for my YouTube channel. Knock, knock, oh, the Pinkertons. Weezer had an album called Pinkerton.
Hey, he did.
A lot of people say that was their last good album.
I don't know the sequence, so I couldn't say.
Well, there was the Blue Album.
Really?
Then Rivers Cuomo went to Harvard and he started writing the Pinkerton songs while he was getting some surgery on his legs, 'cause he was born with legs that were different lengths.
Oh. And Harvard fixes that for you?
They do.
That's cool. There's a lot of opportunities available to Harvard people that aren't available to the rest of us.
That's true. And then after Pinkerton, there was the Green Album, and then Maladroit, which no one really talks about.
Is there any famous songs from Maladroit I might know?
Yeah, there was a song with a famous music video with the Muppets. I think the song is called Dope Nose.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Phenomena.
Phenomena.
I didn't know that was Weezer.
It wasn't. They might have done a cover at some point.
Okay. They did have a pretty good thing where they announced they were gonna do a song with Weird Al. And
okay.
Weird Al dressed as Rivers Cuomo, and Rivers Cuomo dressed as Weird Al.
Oh, yeah.
And so, like, it looked like Weird Al was on the keyboard in the back.
Oh, okay.
But it was actually Rivers Cuomo, and Weird Al was playing guitar up front.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What song was that for?
I don't know. I think it might have been Africa, actually.
Oh, yeah, their Toto cover.
Yeah, I think they did a cover of Toto's Africa with Weird Al.
They did.
And
well, I didn't know Weird Al was on that track.
I think so.
Maybe he's just in the video.
It might be just yeah. Hold on. I think they
it.
did it live too. I think the filming. I think they filmed it live in front of like a crowd. Let me see. But like there, because yeah, that's right. YouTube isn't gonna work.
Nope, not gonna work.
Fine. Apparently, Cake did a cover of Phenomena. Really?
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
kind of neat.
They did a great cover of I Will Survive.
Yeah, I like that one. I didn't know about the Phenomena one though.
Nor did I. He's going the distance.
He's going for Spade.
He's going for Spade. He's all alone in his time of need. He's racing and pacing. The sun has gone down, the moon has come up.
Did you see that thing that Catherine sent us with the GameCube, the GameCube opening animation? Where, like, you know how the GameCube, like, would have the cube that rolls around while it does, like, a xylophone noise or something?
Yeah, and it rolls around into a G shape.
Yeah, except the thing Catherine sent us was it rolls around into the shape, like, it rolls, like, off-screen, and then cuts to a new screen, and it rolls around more, and then goes off-screen, then cuts to a new screen, rolls around off-screen, and then...
I don't know if I saw this. When did she send this?
Oh, like, months ago.
Oh, okay.
But it eventually, like, comes full circle and joins back up with where it started.
Yeah.
And then it zooms out, and it's an outline of the country, or not country, the continent of Africa. And it starts playing the xylophone, a xylophone cover of Africa by Toto.
Holy cow.
But, like, the thing is, though, you're, like, sitting there watching this, like... this thing draw for like a minute. It's like 90 seconds.
And is it still like doing the like GameCube sound while it's drawing?
It's doing the
like...
GameCube, you know, like yeah. But like it's just like GameCube sound, but way too long, or something is like
just on and on.
But then it actually like I'm like, this is going on for a while. You know, it's sometimes the joke is that there's no punchline.
Sure.
But this one has a punchline, and the punchline is it through Africa, and then it plays Africa on the xylophone.
I think that's your favorite kind of joke, because wasn't there like a Christmas carol that ends up being Toto's Africa?
That's why she sent it to us.
I think that's,
because that was her favorite 12 Days of Christmas.
Except that it was just the GameCube, or was it 12 Days of Christmas? They're two different things, right?
No. So the other... the 12 Days of Christmas thing is why she was so into the Africa.
Okay, yeah. I just wanted to make sure they were separate.
Yeah, they are distinct.
They are distinct.
Okay. Dang it. Of course, the sun's setting in the sky. Teletubbies say goodbye. So I'm gonna go lay my head down and dream here.
Lay your head down and dream.
Oh, boy.
Lay your head down and dream.
Golden Lags Lagscast says, as far as possible from pinball places, sounds like a good place to open your own pinball place. I mean,
that requires capital.
Yeah. Capital is something I don't have access to.
Das Kapital. It requires capital and lines of credit that we do not have.
But that is definitely something when I'm looking at moving to Scotland. Like,
and you'll buy a castle for $100,000 and put a pinball bar inside it.
Wait. Okay, hold on.
I don't have pinball over there.
No, not in that part of Scotland.
Hi.
Hey, since Impulse says we have no meeting, can you share the update you intended to give
What's
this
the
afternoon.
update?
Here instead.
Why have a meeting when it could have just been an email?
Well, that's the thing is I'm saying, like, hey, if we're not having a meeting, can we have an email? Like, I'm fine with the meeting being canceled, but there was some stuff on there where people were like, hey, I got an update on this. And I'm like, I've been waiting for an update on this for 3 days. I don't want to bother the person, but...
Yeah. Joe needs to know things, so just tell him in an email format. Email stands for electronic mail if you didn't know or didn't care.
Yeah, so specifically, Beef is like, oh, yeah, guys, I've got some updates about the physical trading card game. Can't wait to share them at tonight's meeting.
Oh, and then there's not a meeting.
And it's like,
so...
meeting schedule is like, I want to know about the card game. We want to know the updates.
I would like to see the updates.
I'd like to see the emails.
I would like to see
I
the
would like to
email.
see the email. Yeah. It's like it's fine not having a meeting. It's fine.
Sure, it's fine,
But
give us
give us the update.
give us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. So just as a quick reminder, we are 15 minutes away from 11 a.m., which is usually when we run and grab lunch. If you'd like to chip in toward that, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We are currently at 126 degrees angular out of 180 toward our first goal.
We're not that far from
which is
our
to play
180
some
goal.
Queen. And then if we hit 360, we would be performing Sweet Caroline with the Beetlejuice. Welcome, Nick. Glad you could join us.
Hi, Nick.
Okay. Yeah, Joe Hills' Scottish Castle with a Wendy's pinball bar and a paddle boat rental.
That sounds lovely.
I mean, right? You'd want to go there.
Yes.
But no, seriously, I was looking at it,
I'd spend the whole summer there.
and there's no real good pinball scene near Edinburgh, and so like I would definitely want to bring at least one machine with me. But in order to start a tournament scene, you really need like 8 to 12.
Yeah. Well, and how many pinball machines do you need for something to be a pinball bar?
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't actually open a bar.
I see.
My plan with this
you would just have your own living space with many pinball machines, and you'd invite people over.
So, for example, the thing I sent you yesterday.
Yes.
The Pleasant Hill Pinball Barn.
It's not a bar; it's a barn.
It's a barn. Yeah. So the owners of that farm have opened a pinball barn, which is basically their family arcade, because they got like multiple generations living out there, and they all chipped in to build a family arcade. Basically.
Do you imagine it's a climate-controlled barn?
So
I don't know about just leaving them out in the elements.
No, it's climate controlled.
Okay.
It's there's actually a cool drone video of the barn.
That's probably on YouTube, so
Yeah. Well,
so it won't work.
I'm now angry. But
Anger.
Yeah.
Rising.
Yeah, Pleasant Hill Pin Ranch. But anyway, the thing is that even though it's not open to the public for people to just go play randomly, they might have certain days where they say, hey, we're hosting a tournament
That's cool.
on our property. So, like, the plan would be for, like, let's say that I've
Do you
got,
think
like,
they'll bring in food trucks or something?
I'm not sure exactly how they're going to do that. That's a great question, though.
Because if someone's in one place for a whole day, you're gonna want to eat.
But, like, it would be more like, hey, if I've got, like, a commercial space I'm using for my studio, having a few pinball machines there, and then, like, I would want the studio to be set up so I could bring in, like, small group events and stuff anyway. Like, long term. Being able to host, like, hey, we're gonna do a game night at, my studio/event space. having the pinball set up there would be good. But yeah.
That's cool. That's
Let
cool.
me see if I can. Okay, if I go to the IFPA website, I know I can find this link. So, players, tournaments. They still don't have the April 12th events, which is bothering me. But IFPA calendar.
Oh, bother.
Okay. This is. I need to set the range up higher here. It's within 150 miles. This is like halfway between Nashville and Memphis.
There's 150 or more to see.
Dang it.
This does not seem correct.
This is not the right link. I wanna show the drone footage, but it's
I want to see the drone footage.
okay.
Alas, alas.
But like, yeah, he flew the. So you know how you do that trick where you fly the drone backwards out of the building so it makes it look like you swooped in?
Yep.
He did not know to do that and just
swooped in.
Yeah. He just totally flew the drone across the farm and straight at the door and just flying around all the arcade machines. And I'm like, oh, that's really impressive that you managed to do all that backwards. And he's like, why would I do that backwards? Like, he's just really good at flying drones.
Sure, that's fair. Well done.
Yeah, let me see if I can. Nah, it's not showing up on YouTube.
Maybe was it from a tweet or something? Did it?
Well, no, I mean they showed it to me, like on their phones, but I thought that they had posted it as part of the event listing. Yeah, they showed it to me on their phones.
So maybe it's not on the internet.
I thought it was on the event listing, and I can't.
Yeah,
it doesn't seem to be.
That's fair.
But it's really cool. Like it's a barn in that it's like a gorgeous wooden structure that's climate controlled with a loft in it.
Yeah,
you know,
that sounds nice.
Yeah,
that sounds nice.
It's like
compared to like being in a stuffy outdoor hot space.
Yeah,
and there's pinball machines rotting.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see. But yeah, so anyway, if you have like 8 to 12 machines, you can host small tournaments in private spaces. But yeah, I don't think that, like, it would be very unlikely for me to be financially successful enough to afford those.
Sure.
And then move them all to England or Scotland, like.
Right, because 8 machines, if they're 4-player games, that's 32 people. That's pretty good size.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, we are talking at 8 machines at $10,000 each. That's $80,000.
Sure.
And the other thing is,
do not have capital.
Yeah, and if you're somewhere like that, like, somebody mentioned, like, oh, it sounds like if part of Nashville doesn't have a pinball arcade, that's the best place to build a pinball arcade. You say that, but what if I wanted to bring a technician out from Game Galaxy to fix a machine at my arcade? Getting them over to my arcade, they're gonna charge me for travel time.
Yes. Yeah.
Like pinball technician work is stupid expensive. It's like $250 an hour plus travel time.
Are there any like training courses for that? Like something that you could do yourself over a summer or something?
Oh, I definitely would. At the point where I would, but the thing is, like, there are certain things that you might not trust yourself to do. Like, oh, this is something where if you screw it up,
oh sure, yeah,
you know, like
leave this to the expert.
Yeah. I would want to, like, I feel like realistically, if I owned my own pinball machine, I would do 96% of the work on it.
Yeah.
But there's just a few little things where it's like, you really want somebody who's done this 1,000 times, or if you do it wrong, the guy who fixes what you did wrong has to be somebody who did it 1,000 times.
Like certain things with the wiring, maybe.
Yeah, or
like you could switch out flippers or
I could do a lot of it. Yeah. But
small parts.
A lot of it's basic electronics.
Right. Which
But-
you've been doing
which
since
I've
you
been
were
doing
like
since I was a kid.
4.
Yeah, but some of it can be a little bit more precious, I guess you could say. Precious. But like, also in some cases, diagnosing something particularly odd might be something where you're bringing in somebody.
Yeah. It's not working and you don't know why. You just know it's not working.
Yeah, or it's like intermittently working.
Right.
And so it's like, okay, which part do I have to swap out to get this to work 100% of the time? Because it should be working 100%
Yeah,
of
it's
the
a
time.
lot
but
easier to logic through something if it's always not working
Yeah,
with one particular thing.
that's definitely the case of computer programming too.
Right.
Like, intermittent bugs are the worst bugs. So, yeah, okay. We are coming up on the hour. Just as a reminder, tips are welcome via paypal.me/showhills and YouTube Super Chat. But yeah, Badger Spanner says, instead of a castle, it would most likely be Joe Hill is a suburban, semi-detached house with a few pinball machines and room for people to sleep over for Fringe Festival. Yeah.
Still sounds great to me.
Yeah. Well, but that's the other thing, too, is, like, if we had a small event space in Edinburgh, we could do, like, after parties. We could, we could host things that are Fringe adjacent in that venue. I'm not saying, like, oh, we're going to host a Fringe Fest. We're going to have a stage that would host Fringe events, but, like, we could have a staging area or after party area or something that's not necessarily in our home.
Right. Or maybe if y'all know people who are performing in the fest, they can crash at y'all's place.
Yeah. But, like, I like the idea of having, like, the core studio, but also, like, some overflow physical space, because then, you use the overflow physical space for things like VR games, where
Right.
you need to walk around, or if we wanted to film something where we needed a little bit more room.
And you wanted, like a green screen cyclorama or something.
Yeah, space to build a small set as needed, like, because, like, the Dead Workers Party guys had a whole warehouse that they used for filming their stuff in.
I've seen it.
And, but, it's all about, like, if you can get the space cheap. And realistically, I don't know what that looks like in 10 years. Maybe I have the money, maybe I don't. Maybe the space is expensive, maybe it's dirt cheap, Because, like, when
I just know that in Nashville, it's not going to be cheap anytime soon. There's plenty of, like, rural Tennessee you could go out into.
but then we got
or Scotland.
We got to deal with the schools.
Yeah.
Is the problem. Like, that's the nice thing about waiting until Corinne goes to college to deal with this stuff, is I don't have to worry about the school district when we move there.
What would be your immigration process to Scotland?
I wouldn't begin to speculate right now, because
see.
10 years out, we don't even know if they're going to be part of the United Kingdom.
True.
So-
At which point Badger would need to
Yeah.
get citizenship as well, I suppose.
Yeah, well, so one of the nice things, though, is that, like, sometimes when countries break off like that, they'll do some sort of, like, right of return type thing, where they're like, hey, if you're of this descent and you are a business owner or have a certain level of education,
Sure.
we want you to come help us be part of this national project.
Right.
So they might loosen immigration restrictions for people who are of Scottish descent at that point.
which is
If I could
which
argue that
involves
I would
us,
be-
yeah.
Yeah, and you could make the same argument, like, hey, I'm a artist and I'm a filmmaker, and as long as they're not, like, worried about you being a drain on the state,
Sure.
like, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I know Scotland's had their own stuff going on with gender and trans rights as well.
Badger Spanner is typing now. Gonna see what Badger says and then read it out loud. Dun,
What
dun,
are
dun.
they typing?
Could be anything.
What if they decide to stop typing
Oh
and
no,
not
they
send
stopped
anything?
typing.
They stop
Oh
typing.
no,
They stop
it's the end
typing.
of the typing.
They're typing again.
Typing's resumed. Maybe a cat just jumped in the way briefly or two.
It happens.
It happens.
Happenings.
Oh, apparently Badger wants to move to Butte, Idaho now instead. We'll see how that
Oh.
goes. They do have a lot of cheap land
Look
out
at
there.
that.
Or wait, is that in
Butte.
Montana?
I don't know. I remember reading a short
like it's
story in middle school about Butte.
Yeah. Montana and Idaho are definitely state legislatures that are also having problems with trans rights right now.
Yeah, Montana's just being so horrific
Yeah.
to the representative's effort.
I'm really annoyed about Tennessee's governor,
Billy.
Bill Lee, with this. It's like, hey, the federal government says this law about trans rights we passed is unconstitutional, but we're gonna fight it in court. And it's like, no, just take the loss. Just take the loss, buddy. Just say, you know what, voters, we tried to be the bigots you elected, but dang it, the federal government says no. You know, just.
Also, I thought they're supposed to be the party of small government and not intervening in people's lives.
Yeah.
And
Here they are.
telling us what we can and can't do medically sounds like they're intervening in our lives.
Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Not a fan.
But like, you know, it's just this is going to be such a huge waste of taxpayer money fighting this case in court, and it seems pretty clear cut constitutionally. It's not like they're going to convince anybody otherwise. Like, just take the loss.
Yeah, take the L. And that's what it's like to be Element 117, a Tennessee.
Yeah, Tom.
Is that a synthetic element?
Yeah, it was created in a particle accelerator.
Oh, as was I.
Yay. Yeah, I was gonna say, Tom Lehrer actually has a song about the elements. It goes something like, there's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and nitrogen and oxygen, helium, and rhenium. I don't know the words directly without reading them.
Yes, but I think the main takeaway is that the writers of the show, the Animaniacs,
Oh, a lot to Tom Lehrer.
owe a lot.
I think we all do, though. Like,
That's fair.
arguably, Tom Lehrer won World War II, whether he wanted to or not.
Badger would also live in Newington Butts, which is in London.
Gotcha.
London town.
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hold on.
Holding on.
Let me see if I can pull this up. So, sometimes I use this song as a cognition test for myself. Just to kind of see, like if I've eaten recently.
Sure.
Like, should I be operating heavy machinery?
Yes. Are the cogs still cogniting?
Yeah. So, like, I just basically try to power through this as fast as I can, and then I can tell kind of by my speed and the number of errors, like, where my brain is.
Okay. Do you want me to
I-
start my time watch?
I was
stopwatch.
I mean, you can if you want to.
What's your best time?
I don't know.
Okay, let's.
I can just
in
kind of tell by
3,
how it feels.
3, 2, 1.
Were you gonna say go? I don't know how this works.
Okay, on go in 3, 2, 1, go.
There's antimony, arsenic, aluminum, selenium, and hydrogen, nitrogen, and rhenium, nickel, neodymium, neptunium, germanium, and iron, mercurium, ruthenium, uranium, europium, zirconium, lutetium, vanadium, and lithium, and osmium, and astatine, and rhodium, and gold, protactinium, and indium, and gallium, and iodine, and thorium, and thulium, and thallium. There's yttrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, and strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and bismuth, bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. There's holmium, and helium, and hafnium, and erbium, phosphorus, and francium, and fluorine, and terbium, manganese, and mercury, molybdenum, magnesium, dysprosium, and scandium, and cerium, and cesium, and lead, praseodymium, and platinum, plutonium, palladium, promethium, potassium, polonium, tantalum, technetium, titanium, tellurium, and cadmium, and calcium, and chromium, and curium. There's sulfur, californium, and fermium, berkelium, and also mendelevium, einsteinium, nobelium, and argon, krypton, neon, radon, xenon, zinc, and rhodium, and chlorine, carbon, cobalt, copper, tungsten, tin, and sodium. These are the only ones of which the news has come to Harvard. There may be many others, but they haven't been to Scarvard. Do-do-do-do.
59.5 seconds.
Yeah, that was...
Under a minute's pretty good, I think.
That was actually very good for me. I can tell, but like I also
You're on top of it. You've had all your coffee.
I have had my coffee. I haven't had anything to eat. So like that's the other thing is I normally don't do this unless I can tell I'm sluggish and I'm trying to figure out how sluggish.
Sure.
So this is really weird doing this like.
Well, we're setting the baseline, right?
Yeah. Now we have a baseline of 59 seconds.
If it's taking much longer than that, yeah, you need to adjust. You need to simmer down.
Simmer down now, y'all.
Just painting happy little trees with the dusting of white snow.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was Tom Lehrer's Elements song.
Tom Lehrer's. Hey, you've got some tips, or at least one.
Let's see what's rolling in here. We got 10 from NJ who says, hey, have a cup of coffee on me. Chat soon. Thank you, NJ. That's going to bring us up to 136.
136.
That puts us, how far from 180? Would that be 44?
44 away from 180 degrees.
That's kind of, just for reference, that's kind of like the minimum we need to hit to justify Quinn coming across town. So,
yes.
I understand that, like, we're not going to hit that every week, and you understand that too, Quinn. But in general, that's kind of what we're shooting for as a minimum.
Yes.
Is there any dark prismarine anywhere? I might... A small amount, but I think Isuma was planning to sell some...
Are you sure you want to answer this? Mumbo's going to leave the game as soon as you chat.
4th floor of iBuy. I don't know if he stocked it yet. I'm gonna run and see if I got some.
Bye.
I buy.
Similar in vein to what I bought on eBay.
Tell me what.
I never wanna hear you say
I want it that way.
I want it that way, baby.
It's like almost
That's
more
more
of a Bruce.
Pacino.
I was gonna say you could go with a Bruce Campbell, like, give me some that way, baby.
Give me some sugar.
Backstreet Beetlejuice. You are. Hold on. It's like you are my fire, the one desire. Yeah, there's something there, but we're not really at the Beetlejuice, so it's not appropriate at this time.
It's highly inappropriate.
Highly
I might
inappropriate.
Say. We're not even halfway to the Beetlejuice.
Okay, yeah, I have one dark prismarine, so yeah, that's not enough for
That's
Mumbo's
not. No,
purposes.
that's for you.
Yeah, that's a treat for later, I guess.
That's a treat for later.
The backstreetle joust. Boy.
Backstreetle's Jost. All right.
All right.
Straddle.
Mm-hmm.
I made you out of clay.
Boy, I did not expect to literally only have one block of that. While we're over here, let's get some more fireworks, though.
Mm-hmm. You need to be more resourceful.
I know, right? Ow. That's not going. That needs to go back. There, anyway.
Needs to go back. Put it back where you found it. That needs to go back to the place it belongs.
I only literally have one dark prismarine block. Wow.
Only one dark block. Prismarine.
So weird.
So strange. Living with one block of something when you thought you had many of it. It's strange. Where does one procure this stuff?
From water temples. They're called something that I don't actually know the proper name of them. People always yell at me because I'm like the splash zone.
Splash Mountain.
Yeah, it's not a mountain. It's like a splash church.
The Splash Church.
Yeah.
I think the closest thing I've been to is the Creation Museum that has a water park.
Wait, did you actually go to that?
Yeah, I was at the Bill Nye debate many years ago.
Oh, interesting.
Bill Nye versus Ken Ham. It's not really a debate
I'm sure
when
it
one of the
wasn't.
people is
He's qualified and the other one is not.
Yeah, and the person who's not qualified is just using quotes from a book that doesn't have any basis in science necessarily.
Well, I mean, in fairness, like no book from before the invention of the scientific method would have a basis.
Sure,
in
but he
science.
could have used other books. He kept talking about this one book.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
read a second book.
I think probably that guy's justification is that it's kind of a compendium of books. So he does feel like he's read several books.
Well, that's true.
They're just always boxed together in one volume.
Gotcha.
But, to each their own. Do you think Rivers Cuomo went to Harvard because Tom Lehrer mentioned it in that Elements song?
Probably. I mean, that's the only reason that most people have heard of it.
Same. Didn't know about it before then.
Like, MIT got a huge bump in the admissions applications after Tony Stark mentioned it in one of the Iron Man films.
Wow.
Alex says there are foolish shulkers of snow at the Empire's Donut. Really? I did not know that. That is actually very helpful.
What does that mean?
The donut is like a geographic thing shaped like a donut.
But what are the things at the donut?
There's more snow if I need it,
Oh, more snow.
which is helpful.
I
'cause
did not know it was a limited resource.
It's not limited. You can make as much as you want, but somebody else made some already, so it
it's
saves
just
me
easier.
the step.
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
That's why I've been shoveling underneath the snowman
That's
to make
great.
more.
That's great.
Okay.
Okay. Joe is applying snow to trees.
It's going all right.
It's going all right.
All right.
All right.
What?
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right. All right. All right.
All right.
Hello. How are you?
Well, I'm quite well.
I'm quite well as well.
Oh, that's good. I'm doing well. Right here.
Right now?
Right here, right now.
Gosh.
Gosh, Willikers. Gee golly.
Boy.
That's looking mighty good there, Joe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's especially once we start getting some snow on the ground. It's not gonna. The snow on the ground will be patchier over here than like in the peninsula,
Right.
but it'll kind of help transition between the two areas better. I am not flying very well.
Oi. Joe up the jungle.
Watch out for that tree.
Ah.
Did you ever watch that weird Technicolor music show on Apple TV?
Schmigadoon?
Yeah.
Nope, never seen it.
It's weirder than I expected. I watched,
Good weird?
I don't know.
Don't know.
But apparently they're making a second season, and I'm intrigued.
I have to commend Apple because I don't think a show like that would have gotten a second season on Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Well, the other thing is that the first season was structured kind of like a mini series that had like a definitive ending.
Oh.
Like they didn't.
So
they didn't.
Is it an anthology show now?
No, it's got the same people in it, the same characters.
Oh, wow.
Years later, and so
Okay. Well, I mean, movies do that all the time where there's
Yeah.
a definitive ending to the first one, and then they're like, oh, there's a sequel? I thought they already went through the character
yeah, I
arc,
thought
but
they
okay.
did. They did all the things they needed to do, but
All right, there's another one.
yeah. So that's I guess what's kind of like they set up the whole thing to be like kind of it had like a definitive
Right.
like happily ever after type thing, and it's like but
yeah,
also
how are you going to roll that back?
yeah,
But actually, they weren't happy.
that's what I'm genuinely curious about. Is I'm like,
Maybe it takes place in like a mirror universe or something.
no, it's this. Apparently, it's just the same character several years later. Because I was originally thinking it would be the anthology show too, but like, so this is actually.
But how long is Ever After?
Yeah, I guess that's what we're exploring here.
Maybe like 10 years is a good amount of Ever After, and then
Yeah. Well,
Ever After that, terrible.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm actually curious to go watch it, because like, I haven't made time to, because I don't have like, a lot of free time to watch things.
Yeah, that's fair. Nor do I. Well.
But yeah, I was just I was gonna say like, that's one where the original was weird, and I got to the end of it and I'm like, I'm not sure if that was good. You know what I mean? I'm like,
It held your interest. You got to the end of it.
well, but
There have been shows that you have just like quit in the middle because it doesn't hold your interest.
it takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to just peace out on a show.
Like you did that with that pirate show for a little bit.
What pirate show?
The Taika Waititi pirate show.
Oh, usually though, that's like the show stresses me out, and like the same way that mom would be like, "This is too stressful. I'm leaving. I'm gonna go get some."
Oh, that's why she didn't want to watch What About Bob? Yeah,
Yeah, like there's just
too stressful.
like the latest episode of Ted Lasso. I don't know if you're caught up on that.
I am. That was too stressful.
Like all the stuff with the relationships was just like I was just like I don't want to watch this guy creep on this lady. Like this is just stressing me out too much. Like and like especially because they went out of their way to isolate Nate from people that might give him good advice for the most part.
Yes.
And then his family's advice was, "Oh, your dad creeped on me, and it was great." And I'm like, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah.
Like, I really almost didn't get through the episode. Like, if I hadn't been watching it with Badger,
I see.
I probably would have just been like, you know what? I'll come back when the season's over.
Right.
And like just
maybe I'll skip through the creepy parts.
Yeah, maybe I'll just binge watch it. Like I just like this is not entertaining for me. It's just like
yeah.
Like I don't know.
That's fair.
But yeah, I mean I feel like there was something in particular with the pirate show that happened early on where I was just like I don't know if I have the patience for this. I forget what it was, but no, I did finish the pirate show. I'm really glad I did.
Yeah. I think they're making more of it.
I believe so.
What is it called?
This flag means death.
Yeah, our flag means death. Yeah.
Yeah, it might be possessive.
It's plurally possessive.
Yeah.
It's kind of the best way to be.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be possessive, at least you're sharing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not all me, mine.
But yeah, no, I enjoyed Our Flag Means Death, but like, yeah, there's just it takes a lot to get me to like fall out of a show. Star Trek Picard season 2 managed to hit that point.
I don't blame you. You held on all the way through season 3, though.
But season 3 was actually. Did you watch it?
I did. I saw the whole thing.
I enjoyed season 3 a lot more. It was much better.
Yeah. Much better in comparison. I still wouldn't like rate it among some of the classic series, but pretty good for what they did.
Yeah, I've seen some fair criticism that the I don't know. You know what? I'll talk about this off camera maybe because it's a little bit spoilery. But
yeah, it did just come out.
It just came out, so yeah. Maybe we can talk about it over lunch, which we can now afford thanks to Louise Ward tipping 100.
Whoa!
Saying it's scrolling time. Is it scrolling time? Thank you, Louise. That is gonna get us a full. Let's see. Well, not a full rotation, but yeah, 136 plus 100 is 236. So
Thank you, Louise.
Rolling.
We're rolling.
Woo. What song were we gonna play at 180? Because we just hit that 180.
We were gonna do 2 songs.
2 songs. Why don't you get started on those while I handle the roll?
Okay.
I'm not gonna slow.
Well,
my
do you
roll.
want to do the percussive elements of "We Will Rock You"?
Well, I was gonna say I definitely can't do that while we're still scrolling, but okay. Hold on. That goes like something like. Right?
Yes. What key is that in?
Nito Classics wooden train whistle. I don't know. It's just a train whistle. Maybe I'll let you handle that, and I'll play some snow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I'll wing it.
Well, do you want? I mean, I could do it if you really.
Well, I
like-
mean, it's a big element to the song.
Hold on. What if
And
we
I'm
do-
playing guitar. I mean, you can just tap on the table, or or clap.
I don't like banging on the table.
Stomp,
'cause the
stomp, clap.
microphone. Well, once again, the microphone stands. Like, I don't want to.
That's fair.
Yeah.
What if you use this tin? Buddy, you're a boy making big noise playing in the street.
I don't know if I can actually
I don't
maintain
think
a
you can.
tempo.
All right, I'll just make it up.
I really don't think you'll be able.
I don't
to
think
sing
Joe
this. I don't think you'll be able to sing
Choosing
this with
Joe
me
to
changing
play to be the drummer.
tempo.
Yeah. Scratch it.
Yeah.
Buddy, you're a boy, make a big noise playing in the street. Gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Kicking your can all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're a young man, hard man, shouting in the street, gonna take on the world someday. You got blood on your face, you big disgrace, waving your banner all over the place, singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Buddy, you're an old man, poor man, pleading with your eyes, gonna make you some peace someday. You got mud on your face, you big disgrace. Somebody better put you back into your place. You want to sing along, Joe? Singing, we will rock you. We will rock you. Everybody, we will rock you. We will rock you. Lovely. Now into this one. No, that's the wrong song. I paid my dues time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. And bad mistakes, I've made a few. I've had my share of kickings, the sand kicked in my face, but I've come through. And I mean to go on and on and on, 'cause we are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. I've taken my bows and my curtain calls. You brought me fame and fortune and everything that goes with it. I thank you all. But it's been no bed of roses, no pleasure cruise. I consider it a challenge before the whole human race that I ain't gonna
goes on.
On and on and on. 'Cause we are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions of the world. We are the champions, my friends. And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are the champions. We are the champions. No time for losers, 'cause we are the champions.
Of the world. So some folks wandered in and said,
Folks wandered in.
what did I wander in on?
I don't know.
That was We Are the Champions, performed by our very own in-house
We are the
Quinn
Quinn.
Hills. Woo! Welcome. If you enjoyed that, just as a reminder, we are splitting tips 50-50, and tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. We're at 236. If we hit 360, the Beetlejuice is going to join Quinn for Sweet Caroline.
Bum bum bum.
We did actually, normally we don't rehearse these things in advance, but we actually tried that one just to see if it was possible.
We had some time.
And we proved that it might not be. I kept laughing when I was trying to say bum bum bum. So we'll have to.
But I think you'd still want to watch that happen.
I think it would still be worth attempting.
It's worth an attempt, and we're not that far away from 360 now.
No, we're at 236. So what is that? 124 away.
That math's out for me. Yes.
Yes, awesome. So yeah, just so you know, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at. It isn't that far away.
Yeah, this is coming together here. So the plan is to try to get like a transitional zone where we've kind of put some snow on the trees.
And you want to slowly like wean off the amount of snow you put on the trees, right?
I was gonna kind of have a relatively hard line actually.
I see. Hardline it. Okay.
But like I haven't figured it out exactly where that's
Mr.
gonna be.
Hardline over here.
Yeah, I know, right? Boy, you know, what's that song with the Highlander? Is it called Champions of the Universe?
Here we are masters of the
Masters of the Universe? What is
Princes of the Universe?
Princes. Yeah. Princes. Yeah, it might be Princes.
And then there's also in the soundtrack, Who Wants to Live Forever?
Yeah. Because I always really like.
We could live forever.
Yeah, I just always really liked the. Here we are,
Born to be kings, we're the princes of the universe.
Here we belong, fighting to survive.
In a world, the darkest powers. Yeah.
I have no rival. I can't really hit the notes, but
Yeah, that's okay.
or the meter. It's
That's
fine.
okay.
I'm having fun with it.
You're having fun. It's all right.
I know. Musclebop says there's a whole album from Highlander, and Incredimike says Masters of the Universe was He-Man. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're right.
we wandered to the right place.
We got there. We got there.
We strolled to the right place.
I think it's my intrinsic anti-monarchism, where I'm like,
I
what
think
princes
that's
of the
it.
universe?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like the Prince of Wales, la-ti-da.
Okay. Like, I mean, does he have to go to, like, elementary school openings in Wales at that point? Like, every time something...
I was also about to ask if he got to command a fleet of whales, or if he rides on the back of
No,
a
not like
whale.
whalesing vessels.
Oh. Well, then what's the point?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I watched some of The Crown, which showed the young prince going to learn the Welsh language.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
And now he's going to be king, I suppose.
It'd be good if you're the Prince of Wales to speak the language, I guess. Yeah, that tracks.
It helps. It helps.
Monarchs only open schools that are named after them. Oh.
Wow. Now, does that go both ways? Like, if I open a school and name it after myself, do I become a monarch?
Yeah, we're going to name this Princess Quinn Elementary.
Yeah. So Chuck Norris is a monarch all of a sudden?
Yeah. Well, it's not called Prince Chuck Norris.
Oh, good point. It's just Chuck Norris Elementary. That's a good point.
Okay, so I need to go grab more snow out of there, I think. Boom, 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 boom. La ta 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 tee, Wait. Okay, so that's... We also want to leave this box here.
Badger says, if you became part of a monarchy, I'd have to disown you.
Yeah, I think it's probably divorce, not disown. I think disowning is for your babies. Like, that's like...
Yeah, like the Muppet Babies were disowned.
Yeah, that's why they had to go live with Nanny.
Exactly. That was tough. They don't really talk a lot about that trauma.
They make a big deal about how Gonzo doesn't have a family.
Yeah, but none of the... Well, Kermit has
a nephew,
but we don't
but,
see
like,
the rest of the family.
We don't see...
And he could just be kind of like a nephew in quotations, right?
Yeah, like he was at the circus and his family died.
Yeah, exactly. He's kind of a ward.
Yeah.
Kermit's kind of a Batman figure to this kid.
Wasn't the last name of the guy who played Robin actually Ward? It was like Burt Ward.
Burt Ward.
Yeah, they're like, we need somebody to play Batman's Ward. And his agent's like, oh, I've got the guy just for you.
Have I got a ward
for you?
He might win a major award.
Yeah. Did Adam West...
Gonzo does have a space family, yes.
Yeah, he has a
as
space
revealed
family
in
as of
Muppets from
in
Space. Yeah.
Is it Muppets from Space? Not Muppets in Space.
I believe it's from Space.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Killer soundtrack, that movie.
In the Muppet Caper, Kermit and Fozzie are actually brothers. Oh, that's cool.
That's right.
I didn't think of that. Good point.
Is that canon? Are they brothers? They don't really mention it afterwards.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. To what degree is the Muppet Caper? This is a real Kermit hole here. I couldn't think of a name of a Muppet who's a rabbit.
There are rabbits. I don't know their names.
Yeah,
though. They're always like background characters.
Yeah, I wonder if part of that is like because Bugs Bunny was so iconic.
Yeah.
They're like in the same way that there's not like an iconic mouse. There's Rizzo the rat.
But yeah, like, who was named after Dustin Hoffman's character in Midnight Cowboy.
That makes sense.
And it actually sounds a lot like that character, which is strange for this like rated X movie to inspire a Muppet, but that's just kind of how the Muppets go.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Exactly.
But yeah, we never see like Kermit going back to the swamp to visit his parents, because like he could have had a whole like Dolly Parton-esque thing where it's like, here's the shack that,
Well, because he doesn't have, that's the thing about the Muppets is he doesn't have a blood connection. He doesn't focus on the blood connection. It's about chosen family. It's about the rainbow connection. Okay?
Yeah, the lovers, the dreamers, and me.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's about making your own family, your own queer community.
That makes sense.
That's why we love the Muppets.
Blaze the Banana Raccoon says, I thought Jim Henson was his dad. Is there just an episode of The Muppet Show where Kermit's really nervous because he's like, guys, my dad's visiting the set today.
Right.
Everybody
And
better
it's
be
Jim
on their best
Henson.
behavior. It's just Jim Henson.
And then
That would actually be a great payoff. That would be
So who's voicing Kermit if Jim Henson's on set?
well, but that's the like ventriloquist trick element of it.
Yeah.
Is it's just like, wait, if Jim Henson's there, then who's voicing Kermit?
right.
Like, oh, that would be funny. But, like, we never see Miss Piggy's toxic relationship with her mother. Like, Miss Piggy's
No.
mother has got to be the worst character in the Muppets that's never appeared in the Muppets.
Yeah.
Like, whoever Miss Piggy's mother...
Terrible mother, probably
Like,
a terrible
complete-
father as well. Though we see other pigs like in the Muppet Treasure Island, but they're not related to her.
No. But, like, I'm sure her mother is just, like, a total, like, narcissist. Like, way, way worse than Piggy. Like, that's the thing where you're like, oh, wow, Piggy actually turned out pretty okay after that.
Yeah, that's
like,
fair. That's fair.
Like, it's like, oof.
Oof. Yeah. She's actually broken from the cycle a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, wow, she's actually... You do actually gotta hand it to her. What do you know?
Exactly. Good on you, Piggy.
One generation at a time, boys.
My piggy suit. Good thing Sam Beckett went and fixed that, though.
Yeah, I know, right? That could have been a whole problem.
Could have been a disaster.
There's unfortunately not a Quantum Leap episode where he's like working at that airport.
What do you mean? Which airport?
The one that the Big Bopper Buddy Holly.
Oh,
and,
right.
like that's the
Well, that would be kind of a sad bookend to like him inspiring young Buddy Holly. Is like, oh, I was also there
Yeah.
the day the music died, and I couldn't stop it.
But the thing is, though, that's kind of what's so poignant about the show, where he gets to see, like... there's a few episodes where he does visit the same family at different points in their timeline.
True.
And so, like... but, you know, it's one of those things, like...
But they're not often, like, famous families, and usually...
The way that they would probably have set this up
Yeah.
is I think that there was somebody else that was supposed to be on the plane with them, and Sam is the reason that person didn't get on the plane.
Oh, I see.
Right. I think that there was another musician that was supposed to be on that plane and escaped death in real life.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And they would have had it be like the story of how Sam triggered that.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, that's the guitar pick. I was like, is there something out the window? Like, yeah, Miss Piggy's childhood trauma is not a fun Muppet idea, but it's a
but
deeply plausible one.
I mean, the Muppets have been known to do like flashbacks where they were going through really difficult times. So I
Yeah.
think they're creative and they'd find a way to make it entertaining, but also like, powerful to watch. No.
Yeah, but Piggy's mother being like, so have you got a job yet? It's like, I'm on television 4 nights a week. Yeah, and how's that going for you?
Right.
Were you married?
Yeah. And her mom was probably like a rockette back in her 20s, and then that was like the only thing she talks about, and she hasn't attained any kind of fame since then. And
Yeah, call me when you so Piggy, you a Rockette yet? No, Mom, I've got my own show. Yeah, well
right.
Yeah.
That's the standard.
Yeah, you
the
can
standard is the bar is set high.
Mm.
Or like Sam the Eagle. We don't know anything about Sam the Eagle.
Yeah.
What's that guy's deal?
Well, he canonically not fly? Because there's also
I don't think I've seen him fly.
there's a whole thing. There's that eagle reserve at Dollywood. I know I keep bringing this back to Dollywood, but like You could have a whole like backstory of him like being one of the rehabilitated eagles who can't fly, and he used to do a show at Dollywood, because
Yeah.
they do the eagle shows, and meets Kermit and them, and decides to do a show on the road, but he realizes he has more fun helping other people organize their shows.
Has there ever been a Dolly Parton cameo in a Muppets film?
I feel like
it feels like
I
it
feel like
had
there
to have
has
happened.
to have happened.
It feels like it should have
but I
happened.
don't. That's the sort of thing
But I
other
can't
people can
think of
Google
any.
it.
Yeah.
Other people can Google
Or
that.
other people just have that knowledge, like Badger would know probably.
I mean, the thing is, though, there's so many Muppet things. Even somebody who's seen like 99%
Oh
of
yeah,
Muppet
like they had
things.
that ABC show.
Yeah, like the when they were making
Recently.
fun of The Office.
Yeah.
I watched some of that. It
It
was
was
it was
eh.
okay.
phenomena.
Whew.
Seems like our rotating has slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, well, we are actually like we were supposed to wrap up 45 minutes ago. We kind of kept going because we hit that goal.
That's true.
But should we do last call for tips and say we're gonna wrap up on the hour?
That sounds good.
Okay, we are currently 124 away from doing Sweet Caroline with the Beetlejuice.
I'll be singing on it as well.
Yep. Badger says Dolly was never on the Muppets, but they were parts of her shows.
Oh yeah, she had TV shows.
So
yeah.
that makes sense.
That's cool.
Let's grab more rockets.
Because she seems like the kind of person who would like the Muppets and enjoy their company.
yeah.
And,
That'd be fun. Bum, bum, bum. It looks like Dolly and Kermit dated at some point. Oh, like when like Dolly was like, "Oh, my boyfriend's visiting the show. I want everybody to be on their best behavior," and it's Kermit.
It's Kermit, and then Kermit's like, "Oh, and my dad's here," and it's Jim Henson.
I've got to meet my boyfriend's father. He's coming to the show. That would have actually been. That would have been.
good.
That would have been amazing. That would have been an amazing setup. My boyfriend is coming to the show, and I'm going to be meeting his dad for the first time. So everything has to be perfect today. Don't worry, Dolly. We got this.
And it's the Jim Henson.
Blaze the Banana Raccoon says that's one thing all celebrities should strive for, to be cool enough to hang out with the Muppets.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you haven't dated a Muppet, like, what are you doing?
Have you seen the trailer for this new Muppet thing? It's like a Rocky drama.
Yes.
About
The Electric Mayhem.
The Electric Mayhem.
Yeah, I saw the trailer. I'll watch it.
That might be
I'll give it a
good.
whirl.
I'm curious about that because I love fake music documentaries. Like Walk Hard is one of my favorite movies of all
this
time.
is Spinal Tap.
This is Spinal Tap.
One
Is
of the
great.
best films ever. You've got money.
Whoa, we got another tip rolling in for 10 from Screeching Newt, who says thanks for the stream.
Thanks for the scream.
Ah! Thank you, Screeching Newt. We're gonna rotate now to 246 degrees angular.
246. Thank you
Bringing
for
us closer
watching
to
the
our
scream. Or painting the scream if you were the one who did that.
Yeah. Is Gem on a murder spree? I like
Was
to
that
think,
Edward Munch?
I like to think of it as a murder. What's a more fun word than spree?
Then spree? Spree's kind of a fun
Spree's
word, though.
already- yeah, that's-
Shopping spree.
I was like, yeah, murder
spree.
spree is actually kind
It's
of the
fun.
most fun you're gonna get, isn't it?
I'm just having a good time murdering.
Yeah.
I'm on a spree. And there's that candy called Spree that
Yeah.
that I associate with fun as well. So
Okay. I feel like there was a joke in the thick of it where they're like, oh,
no,
yeah-
there were no jokes in that.
oh, never mind. Must be thinking of something else.
Yep. Sorry, go on.
I feel like there was a joke in the thick of it where they were like, so we've got this crazed gunman on the loose or whatever, and it's like, well, but we want to like promote this, shopping spree thing because of this new tax reform or something.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
like, well, I feel like we should avoid the word spree while there's a literal spree killer on the loose. Like, yeah. Seems a bit insensitive, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when you put it like that. Well, hopefully they catch him before 2. Like...
There's a new message. There's a new message.
Let me go see who it's
We'll
from.
see who it's from.
We have 10 rolling in from Incredimike Development.
Incredimike, that's incredible. Thank
Woo!
you.
That's bringing us up to 256. If this were Final Fantasy, we would have just rolled over, but we're using, angular rotations.
256 colors, dude. Look at that. Look at that bitmap.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot more impulse heads in circulation. Okay. Oh, yeah, there's one there.
Oh, Badger needs to show us the comic strip presents Bad News and Bad News Tour.
Yeah, I don't know what that
I don't know what that is. That
means.
Muppet adjacent?
It might be another... We were talking about rock dramas, I think, when that came through, so maybe
could be.
something with that.
Could be. Bad News and Bad News Tour.
Bad news.
Bad news.
We were talking about the news before, so that's also... Maybe it's...
I read bad news today, oh boy.
Oh, boy! Spinal Tap adjacent, they were made at the same time. Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been hearing rumors. I think it might have been confirmed about a Spinal Tap pinball machine.
Oh, wow, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So that's the thing is, like, for a pinball machine to be financially viable, it needs to be something that resonates with people who liked it when they were young but can afford it now.
Yeah, and typically people in their 40s and 50s.
Yeah.
This is the target audience for pinball machine
Yeah.
purchases. It seems like, in terms of, like, what franchises and different things they're putting out.
Yeah. Well, because it used to be that it was a way to promote a movie that was coming out in theaters soon.
Exactly.
So, like, Terminator 2, the pinball machine came out before
right.
the movie, so that people would be like, wait, there's a Terminator 2?
Yep. And you get hyped up for the movie. It's not like you could have just gone on YouTube and watched the trailer as often as you wanted to.
Yeah. Well, now they're like, oh, we're not even going to buy a Super Bowl ad. We're going to post a YouTube video claiming this is a Super Bowl ad.
I know.
Back to stadiums.
Back to stadiums.
Do kids even know what quarters are anymore? They still teach coins.
Yeah, and fractions as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
quarter pounder with cheese.
I mean, our pinball arcade doesn't use quarters. They use tokens.
Yeah.
That's why it says no quarter right on the door.
Yeah.
Bum, 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 bum.
Quarters, yeah. Weren't they talking about taking the penny out of circulation for a long time, and that never happened?
Yeah, it's because it's like it costs more to produce them and deal with them. They were like, just anything would just get rounded to the nearest nickel.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So at that point, we're no longer on a decimal system. We're on a 20th system.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the word is for that. Like, I mean, we would still use decimal for digital stuff, but
or we could drop the penny and then divide every other piece of currency by 5. So now the nickel is just the 1.
Yeah.
A dime is 2 cents.
I keep not quite landing on the tops of the trees. It's like I'm facing the top of the tree, but it's just a little too tall for me. There we go.
There you go. We got about 7 minutes before we leave.
What?
Ah!
How long do you think we need?
I don't know. It's up to y'all on the stream.
Yeah, we might go a few minutes over if we actually hit that 360 just so we have time to finish the song. But we
Yeah, if
will
we
have to
get
grab
close.
lunch after.
But we'll have to get close. We're hungry, hungry people in a world of other hungry, hungry people.
Placing some blocks. Taking some names.
Oh yeah, take some names.
I'm all out of names. Gonna place more blocks.
All out of blocks. Oh no, you're not. You're good.
No, I got plenty. I'm prepared.
Kicking blocks and taking names is a hell of a game.
I was gonna say, it looks like Mumbo left the game.
Looks like Mumbo left the game. How elusive and strange.
Whoa, whoa. Okay.
What's it where he might be? Late afternoon?
It's 6 hours ahead in the London.
Yeah, early evening, late afternoon.
Okay.
Maybe he's gone off to sup as well.
He's gonna dine in the afternoon. Serve himself a plate of food. He will eat it all up. With a spoon he will sup. He will dine in the afternoon.
Mumbo eating a gumbo.
That's almost like a jambalaya.
Jambalaya.
You know, it's a shame. We don't really have... Oh, actually, even if there was still that Cajun place, I don't think they have any good vegetarian options for it.
Yeah, I can't imagine there's a lot of Cajun food in London. There might be some, though.
No,
they do have a variety of food from all over the world.
There's a pretty good Cajun place over on Charlotte for a long time. We would go with my coworkers. But...
Oh, but I was talking about London.
Yeah, no. But I was saying, like, for you and I after this. But,
They don't have a lot of vegetarian options.
No, well, and they closed down. So it's like... It's irrelevant either way. It's
Wait, what was the name of that place?
I think it was Bros. But, like...
Oh, okay. Because there was a Cajun place
BREAUX.
here in Nashville that was famously on Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, yeah, this one wasn't on that one. This one was
Yeah.
on Guy Fieri's Diners, Dives, and...
Which is usually a show complimentary of places.
Yeah, no, it was a very highly rated place on there. That one of my coworkers is like, I saw this on Guy Fieri's show. We gotta go. I was like, okay. And then we went, and I was like,
coworker sounds like one of the guys from Walk It, Talk It.
What? No, that's a completely different voice.
Oh, okay. I'm
That's-
sorry.
I don't know where you got that idea from.
No idea.
No idea. Okay.
No idea. I have no ideas. No thoughts in my head when I'm hungry.
Wow. I'm not doing great at flying.
Ooh.
Hey, we got another tip rolling in. Let's see who
Let's
that
see
is
what we
from.
get.
Okay, I was like, let me fly while I'm doing that. But like, thank you very much to Alyssa for tipping 10, who says, thanks for being a nice source of relaxation after my second job interview
wow.
today. Well, howdy right back to you, Alyssa.
Thank you, Alyssa.
Let's go ahead and rotate that camera up to 266 degrees,
Woo!
putting us 54 away. Is that right? 50, wait, no, hold on.
No.
266, that's...
90 something, right? No, wait.
Wait, yeah, that would be
That's
94 from 360.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that brings us closer to 360. Yeah.
Well, and break a leg on your interviews.
Well, this was after the second job interview. Oh,
Well,
but,
I mean,
but
with the
yeah,
outcome.
with the future, yeah.
With the outcome, you know.
Yeah, that's fair.
If it's something that you want, you know. Sometimes I interview for things I don't want. Just out of courtesy, or you never know.
Out of courtesy?
Sure.
I mean,
It's like, hey, can you talk to someone about this job? You'll probably need to explain why you're not good for it, but at least talk to him. And it's kind of an interview.
Yeah, I've talked to some people about jobs where the recruiter was like, "Oh yeah, this is totally your skill set." I'm like, "Okay, it uses this and this and this and this," and the recruiter's like, "Absolutely." And then I get to the interview, and the people are like, "So, we're building this in React. I don't see any mention of React on your resume. I'm like, yeah, I don't work with React. It's made by Facebook, and I think it's garbage. And they're like, well, this is a React position. Why did you apply? And I'm like, I didn't.
The recruiter told me I was perfect.
Yeah, I am a LAMP developer.
It's a poor recruiter.
I'm a LAMP developer, and the recruiter told me to come to this interview because you needed a LAMP developer.
As someone who has worked many years in recruiting, yes, there are people who don't know what they're talking about and are just like, oh, this person is a developer, so yeah, they can do this job.
Yeah.
But there are so many niches and programming languages that people don't know. It's like they specialize in other things, like LAMP.
And they're like, well, wait, so would you be willing to learn React? No.
No.
And because it's made by Facebook, and I don't want to do anything that helps Facebook in any way. Being part of their ecosystem indirectly assists them, and I just don't have the capacity for that. We only have one life here on Earth. If the recruiter told me you worked with React, I would have been gone. They didn't. They lied to both of us. Oh, could we go?
Yep. So you're losing me. You also should lose the recruiter.
Yeah. Yeah, the recruiter saw the word developer on my resume.
Exactly.
Thought,
oh, of course. Well, if you can develop a LAMP, surely you can react to things.
Yeah.
I mean, you react to things for a living. Why wouldn't you be able to do that? Acting is reacting.
Acting is reacting.
Whoa.
Is that from Barry? That feels like that's from Barry.
I mean, it's just from like almost every acting class I've ever taken, and has been in the conversation around acting theory for many years.
Yeah.
It may specifically come from one school of thought. I just wouldn't know who to attribute it to.
Yeah. Not Gene Cousineau, then.
Or Cousineau, as he pronounces his own name.
Yeah. I feel like that's a hyacinth bucket thing, though.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I like the Sally becoming a teacher thing. I like
that's a really good idea.
Super good. Yeah. We are past the hour.
Oh, we are. Okay, yeah, let me find somewhere to land so we
Mon frere.
That's short from my brother.
Are you not?
No, I'm just saying.
Is it short, though?
Yeah.
Or is it just literal translation?
Because Napoleon was French.
Oh, okay. There were no tall brothers in France at that time.
No, it was
people
illegal.
Were much smaller back then. Anyway, already.
Napoleon really, he had a Napoleonic complex. It turned out.
Wow.
Which, like, huge coincidence. How could his parents have known?
Yeah.
So, okay.
I think that's one of those nature versus nurture things where you give your thrust with that name, you're gonna have a Napoleonic.
Yeah, I mean that's just how that goes. Okay. We're probably straining our stomachs and credulity at this point. Let's go ahead.
All credulity.
Okay, where is... If we can find out where Impulse is, I can raid him.
Oh, yeah. Quite a few Hermes are streaming.
Where are they? Oh, yeah, there's a chords command.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Actually... It looks like Gem is streaming too, and I rated Impulse yesterday. So it'd be kind of...
It's time for a change.
Yeah, it'd be kind of nicer to...
Switch it up a little bit.
Yep, so it looks like 17... So /raid Gemini. Okay, I think they're down there.
Where are they?
Where are they?
Let's find them.
They must be here. So dang it!
Ah!
That's fake. That's just like
That's fake.
that's not real. That's, not them.
real, them.
Over there.
Decoys.
they
I
should be
heard
here
a
somewhere.
voice.
Howdy, y'all. Joe Hill's right here.
Hello. Come on in.
Okay. Okay, so that is we haven't actually ended the stream.
Dipper by Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
Stop streaming.